back to Spain. Back to something to think about. I'll be right back. Never comes back. He's back to Spain.
Frank is back to back to back to back to back to back. Jump back straight up, full attack that you can't fight back. Flipping the plates and drinking the grapes in the slosh pit. Yeah. Don't even start to talk or he'll get the chalk and draw your future on the ground, punk. It's back to the Frank Spank, walk the plank, son. Lights down low, bassline slow. Everybody knows. Neon flicker on the wall, midnight calling to us all. Boots untied, doors swing wide. Something dangerous just arrived.
Heads turn when he walks the floor. You can feel it at the door. TBT is the sexy, sexy man.
Here it comes with a sexy, sexy plan.
Here he comes with his sexy, sexy plan.
Every eye can scan.
Look at that man. TBT is the sexy, sexy man.
Here it comes with a sexy, sexy plan.
Here he comes with his sexy, sexy plan. Every eye begins to scan. Look at that man.
What's up, guys? What is up? TBD. I'm trying to go live as often, right? I'm trying to do lives more often. But bro, focus on your health. Focus on your health, my brother. I hope you get better. When you get better, we will be doing a live stream together, right? We will be doing a live stream together. We'll be talking about the craziness that's in the UK. But yes, focus on your health, my brother. Focus on your health. I want you to get better. Stay strong. All right, my brother. You gotta focus on your health. All right. I don't want nothing bad happen to you. Okay. Yes, yes. I love you, my brother. So stay strong. Stay strong. Get well soon. All right. So hope you guys like the music, right? Music is brought to you by Evil Eddie. All right. The music is brought to you by Evil Eddie. So please check him out. Uh yes, I hope yes. Hope you feel better. All right. Music is brought to you by Evil Eddie. I'm going to be using his music from now on. Amazing stuff. I mean, like I've listened to just 2 songs already, and I love it. Right. I'm loving his songs. I'm loving Evil Eddie's music. Really, really catchy. So I'm loving it. Please check him out. If you're in, I mean, like if you're into it, right? It's fun. A lot of his songs are fun. So I love it. I'm gonna that is going to be the official music of my channel, right? So anytime I'm playing some music, I'm going to use his stuff. All right? So hopefully you guys like that. Okay. Steve, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. No, Steve, it's all good, right? Don't worry about it. I don't mind you being harsh because we all should be able to take any and all kinds of criticism, right? We should all be able to take any and all kinds of criticism. Uh, I could, I was annoyed with Alan as well, right? To be honest, right, that debate, I believe he didn't win that, in my opinion, or he didn't prove anything, right? That debate was, I believe liberals and Democrats hate America. My point was made. I don't believe he counteracted my point. Okay, personal opinion, right? But that's for you guys to view. But I've said that you know, it. I gave the reasons how it seems how Democrats and liberals, right, don't love America. They hate America, and he really didn't counteract that. And a lot of times he did try to interrupt it and didn't stay on topic or stayed, you know, on that notion. But it is what it is. I still want to have that war of words because I still believe it. Hopefully we could talk more about it. But yeah. But I don't mind people, it's all good that we have disagreements. All right. Let's get started. Let's get started. Exactly. Right? Like TPD said, right? When I look at Alan, I see a guy that's lost. Not his fault. The left's brainwashing is strong. I agree. I agree. Particularly here, he's a young guy that is in college right now. I'm sorry. College is brainwashing. College is leftist propaganda, right? Laughing man, what is up? What is up? I'm good. I'm chilling. I'm chilling. Hope you are doing well, my brother. Hope you're doing well. Yes, I believe college pushes out leftist propaganda. Because this is a problem, right? I think, you know, you can be critical of Trump. It doesn't mean that I don't wish him to fail or, I don't support America. While I see the left, they wish Trump fail and they wish America fails as well. So I don't wish Trump fails, but it doesn't mean that I'm not critical of Trump. And I think Alan feels like, you know what? He has to hate Trump, so he could only be on the other side. And I'm like, I just think that the other side, if you are part of the other side, you can't possibly be logical, right? You can't. I think it's impossible. I think it's impossible to be a Democrat or a liberal or a leftist and be logical. Even if they have degrees, doesn't mean they're all that smart, right? It doesn't mean they're all that smart. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for being here. Please like the stream. Please like the stream. It all helps me out. Oh, and I want to do more. If you guys see my Sunday stream, right? My stream yesterday. I don't like Trump, but I love American values. Yeah, I mean, like seriously. I don't hate Trump. I don't hate Trump, but Trump is like, you know, I don't care much about presidents, right? In my honest opinion, I don't care much about presidents. Now, I hope Trump succeeds, because if Trump succeeds, America succeeds. That's my view. But I don't hate him, nor do I'm a like his biggest fan, right? So that's how I view it. But I support America. So if you support America, you should be supporting your president to succeed in his number one job is to, make America succeed. So that's how I view it. But yeah, like I was saying, Sunday, I did a gaming live stream. Please check it out, right? Please check it out. Hope you guys like it. I want to add it because I was playing that game and I really loved it. Right? I really like that game. So I'm going to be playing that game more often. And I'm going to be streaming it. So hopefully you guys get some, a little bit of different kind of content, right? I want to keep, try to keep it a little bit different all the time. I don't want to make it every time is the same, right? All the time I'm always talking about women and shit like that. So I want to do a little bit different. Yeah, I don't like presidents, but as long as the president is making sure American values are protected. Exactly, right? Making American values protected and making America the best it can be. That is my thing, right? Same. And this is what TBD, this is what we'll be talking about, right? I believe, right? The UK government, Prime Minister of UK, they are out to destroy the UK, and that's the problem. Okay, they do not want the UK to succeed, and that is we will be talking about that. Not today, but we will be eventually talking about that. And I see that. I believe that's what's happening in the UK. They do not want British values, right, to be protected. They don't. They want to destroy British values, and it's British values should be very similar to American values, but sadly they're diverting, right? They're becoming more liberal, but we will definitely be talking about that. All right. Like I said, I'm doing some gaming streams, so hopefully you guys will check that one out. Please check out my other videos. We have an ex-military guy starting a huge movement here. Really? I hope so. There needs to be in my opinion, a revolution, right? There needs to be some protesting about what's happening over there. So, Red Door, my sister, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. All right, let's get started. All right, today, first few TikTok videos. So first, we're gonna have some TikTok videos. Today we'll be talking about. I believe, I've said this before. I think feminism has been a detriment to women. I believe feminism has been more of a net negative than a net positive for women. Great that women, are able to vote. All the more power to them. But I think in totality, feminism has been a net negative to women. So, we'll be talking about that. We'll be talking about tonight. All right. So I have a few TikTok. Yes, the best opinions come from TikTok. Well, the best ones to react to, at least. But yes, I have a few clips I want to check out and talk with you guys. I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be interesting. All right. And I think it shows that, you know what, feminism has been a net negative for women. So let's check them out.
I'm 26 and I'm unmarried, and my father just sat me down to tell me that my time is up. And it's kind of crazy because that guy, for a while, I was thinking how grateful I was for having a father who was so progressive, because he would sit down and tell me that I could chase my dreams and be whatever I wanted to be. And also, you know, it's jarring to realize that your father is misogynistic. Your father, who has a wife and 2 daughters, is misogynistic. And it comes in different ways, you know, it manifests itself in different ways. And it's been that way since I was a baby. I've always been told to be more ladylike. I've always been told to be more like a woman, to be less like a man, to stop doing guy things, to stop acting like a boy. And it would be as simple as just wearing sweaters, you know? I wasn't even that much of a tomboy growing up. I just liked wearing clothes that were comfortable. And this has been a majority of my upbringing, where I have had a mother and a father who had issues with how I presented myself in society. And it's, I don't know, it makes me confused in a way, because I think that who I am and how I act and what I look like is directly affected by how they treated me growing up, because I always kind of did it out of spite. And as dumb as that sounds, I definitely did it out of spite growing up. I hated the idea that I needed to be more ladylike, because that sounded really fucking stupid to me. That I wanted to wear a sweater, you know? And I think if they had just let me grow on my own with no bullshit misogynistic agenda, that maybe I wouldn't have been so miserable. And maybe I would have been married today, you know? Maybe I would have been successful. Maybe I would have been this, and that. But from ages 0 to 17, I was fighting, I wouldn't say depression, but I was fighting the idea of not wanting to be alive and not existing. And then 25 was when I finally realized I had a lot more control of my life than I thought. And then 26 was when I realized there's something I want to be, and there's a life that I want to live. And here I am. Yeah. What's the whole point of this video? I don't fucking know.
This is the thing where I'm seeing this more and more, right? I don't know about you, but I've been doing more and more videos of women just really are losers, right? They don't have much of a career. The last video, I just did a video of a woman who pretty much 41 and jobless and almost being homeless. A lot of these women are losers. They're losers. Okay. From what I gather, right, looking at her other content, looks like she lives at home. It looks like she lives at home. Right? She's a loser. An utter loser. And then she blames her dad for, for what? She's 26. She has nothing going for her. Really, she has nothing going for her. I mean, we could break this down, but she said she has nothing.
I'm 26 and I'm unmarried, and my father just sat me down to tell me that my time is up. And
it's not just that, right? Throughout the whole video, she didn't say she has a job or career. She said she's not. She points out being unmarried or being unladylike. But not one time does she talks about, oh, I have a career, right? I'm focused on my career. She's not talking about, because she doesn't even have that. She doesn't even have a career, right, to focus on. This is because I guarantee you, right? You see this a lot. If women have careers, like if they're a lawyer, if they are, I don't know, even a a big content creator, they will push that. But if they have nothing, right? If they have nothing in the career side, they won't talk about it. So here's a loser that's unmarried, right? Has no job or career, probably no job, but definitely no career, and looks like she's living at home. So yeah, no duh, she's a loser. No duh, her father will sit her down and say, you know what? Since you are unproductive, right? Since you don't have much of a career or anything, maybe you should have get married. Maybe you should have gotten married, because I guarantee you, right? As a father, if she was like, I don't know, big ups with a career or whatever, like a doctor or just anything, right? A big job, right? What her parents wouldn't really care that much, because she's working, she's making money, she's providing for herself. But it seems like she's barely doing that. I say after 18 years old, I did my job. Not saying I'm not going still care. I love them, but I'm not cleaning up your mess anymore. You know, DA, an American Asian crazy as F. And most I see. And this is a thing where after 18, it's 100% on you. Right? Your life is 100% on you. If you're a failure, that is 100% on you. I'm sorry. After you get into the adult, Dizzy Lizzie, shame is that she is cute. She is cute, but still a cute loser, right? Because she has the mentality like, I don't want to date no man or whatever, or no man is good enough. So, yeah.
It's kind of crazy because that guy, for a while, I was thinking how grateful I was for having a father who was so progressive, because he would sit down and tell me that I could chase my dreams and be whatever I wanted to be.
You're 26. You're 26. Obviously, you haven't chased your dream, and obviously, you're not being what you want to be. What do you want? It's like women think they're like they have. This is the problem with so many women. They think that they have so much time on their hands, right? And I like I said, I just did a video of a woman that's 41, no job, about to be homeless. You don't have eternity to chase your dreams, be whatever you want in life. You can TBD, go for it. Right? You want to fix her? All the more power to you. Yeah, but that's stupid, right? I'm sorry, because obviously the chasing your dream part has failed you. It has failed.
And also, it's jarring to realize that your father is misogynistic.
The hate of women and telling you to marry is not the same thing, right? This right here is the leftist propaganda right here. This is the problem with like so many young women. This is why they're failing. This is why they become losers, right? They blame everyone but themselves in life. This is the problem with so many women. They blame everyone but themselves. She's a loser, but blames it on her father being misogynistic.
Father, who has a wife and 2 daughters, is misogynistic. And it comes in different ways. It manifests itself in different ways. And it's been that way since I was a baby. I've always been told to be more ladylike. I've always been told to be more like a woman, to be less like a man, to stop doing guy things.
And where's that gotten you, right? It looks like you are still no real career, no real relationship. You're living like an incel, right? You're living like an incel, right? Looks like living under your parents' roofs, right? Pretty much no career, no partner, probably living at home, right? you are an incel. So, I mean, this is the problem. Women have life on easy mode, right? Women have life on easy mode. They can either focus on their career, right? Be a career woman, or find a man to provide for them. Men, all they can do is men only have an option of focusing on their career. Men cannot find a woman to provide for him, right? So women have life on easy mode. They have more options than men do. And yet they ruin it. Women like this ruins it.
To stop acting like a boy. And it would be as simple as just wearing sweaters, you know?
I'm jelly. I'm not jealous. But I'm more saying that, what, this is the I've said this before, right? I believe a lot of women they don't appreciate their privilege. They don't appreciate they don't appreciate that, what, essentially, if they want to, they could live life on easy mode. I've said this before. Life is only hard for women because women make it hard. That is it. Men, life is hard, right? Life is hard. Whether men have a choice or not, life is going to be hard.
I wasn't even that much of a tomboy growing up. I just liked wearing clothes that were comfortable. And this has been a majority of my upbringing, where I have had a mother and a father who had issues with how I presented myself in society. And it's, I don't know, it makes me confused in a way, because I think,
Again, how she presents herself in society is she's a loser. She has nothing going for her, because this is the whole tirade. She says nothing about her life, in the sense that I guarantee you, women like this, if they have something going for in their life, they will say it, right? They will. A lot of women, not all women, but a lot of women are easily prideful. Okay, so if they have something going for in their life, they will gladly say it. But here's a woman that really has nothing going for her. So that's how she presents herself throughout life, as a loser.
I think that who I am and how I act and what I look like is directly affected by how they treated me growing up, because I always kind of did it out of spite. And as dumb as that sounds, I definitely did it out of spite growing up. I hated the idea that I needed to be more ladylike, because that sounded really fucking stupid to me. That I wanted to wear a sweater, And I think if they had just let me grow.
And she thinks she thinks her wearing a sweater is the problem. No, it's like nothing's going on in her life. So she's just making shit up. She's just figuring out whatever. So she thinks those are the problem, which it's not. Those are not the problem because she was wearing a sweater. No, the problem is that she has nothing going for her. She's a loser. What's up, snowboarder? What's up, my brother? She said she should be getting good grades and playing violin. Parents are not being hard enough. I agree. Parents are not being hard enough, right? Asian parents, they will be more stricter. So this is her privilege showing. She definitely had a very easygoing father, very probably progressive, or very easygoing parents. They will be more strict, right?
I am, with no bullshit misogynistic agenda, that maybe I wouldn't have been so miserable. And maybe I would have been married today, Maybe I would have been successful. Maybe I would have been this, and that. But from ages 0 to 17, I was fighting, I wouldn't say depression, but I was fighting the idea of not wanting to be alive and not existing. And then 25 was when I finally realized I had a lot more control of my life than I thought. And then 26 was when I realized there's something I want to be, and there's a life that I want to live. And here I am.
Yeah, complaining about your parents online. You're definitely living your life. This is the problem, right? When you're privileged, when you can't hold yourself accountable, this is where you're failing. This is the parts where, you are going to fail at. So I think it's ridiculous. Mr. Smith, what is up, my brother? What is up, my brother? If it was legal, I would marry. Thank you guys for being here. Please like the stream. That helps me out. Please like the stream. All right, let's go into the next clip.
I've sent Bethany about $100,000. People just think that she's using me.
I'm not just thinking of him as secure income, but he is secure income. We went on a shopping spree about 2 weeks ago, and I've been looking for these boots everywhere. They were about like $300. These were about $190, $200. This ran us about $400. So we're always going shopping, always buying me stuff. I was not always attracted to Jeremy. I think I was attracted to Jeremy for the wrong reasons. I was just blinded by the money. He was different from most men. He didn't just care about like looks or body. It was more so like your personality. I don't really feel.
What is the stream muted?
I think I was attracted to Jeremy for the.
No. Oh, no, it doesn't look like it's muted.
Looks.
No. Hello? Yeah, not muted.
Guilty about like accepting his generosity. I feel like the roles for the genders are to be that the man provides financially and the woman, holds down the household, and in return she gets nice things.
And none of this was ever forced. Everything that I've done for Bethany, sure, it might have been stuff she wanted and stuff, but it was always something that I wanted to do for her. What I enjoy most about giving her gifts is just the happiness that I see when I give her something. I've sent Bethany about $100,000.
Easy mode for women, right? Life on easy mode for her. There's always a simp out there, right? Your cringe gland. Yes. What can I say? Right? This is I show these things to give us be grounded, right? This is the insanity. Absolute cringe in my opinion, right? These are I'm sorry, these are the loser men, the simp men that use their money to get what they want. Great. You know what? I mean, like, we're all adults. Do whatever you want that will make you happy. I'm more saying that, you know what? Don't complain. Right? Don't complain. This is the problem I have with a lot of these, right? It's the simp men, okay, that would give women money and then complain about gold diggers. That's my thing. Okay? You give her money and then you complain about gold digging. You give her money, okay? You base your relationship on money, and then she leaves you because you don't give enough. Don't be surprised. I'm all about accountability. I don't care. I've said this before. I don't care about gold diggers. I don't even hate gold diggers, right? I don't even hate gold diggers. The pay pigs, yes, the pay pig shit. I don't even hate gold diggers. I don't. Because, if there's a simp that will do it, we're all adults. My thing is, right, it's the lack of accountability. You chose to do it. Do not complain if she leaves you for someone who has more money, right? Because she only loves you because of the money. But if she finds someone with more money, she will leave you for it. Don't complain about that shit. Don't complain that she's not going to be with you when you're broke. Don't complain. Because you built your relationship on money. That's my thing. Gold, yes, exactly. Gold diggers require gold givers. Gold givers. Exactly. So you can't complain about that shit. It's just how it is. All right,
Breaking neurodivergent.
another video. Let's see if we will cringe on this one. And that's the thing, right? People don't have endless money. If you build a relationship on money, it's going to run out. He's not Elon Musk. Okay? Probably the guy's like, I don't know, probably a high six-figure man. But there's a limit to that. But, stupidity, will definitely hit us. So let's check this one out. This is going to be interesting one.
Breaking neurodivergent news today. The Cut ran an article entitled, "Why are so many women getting ADHD diagnoses in midlife?" Boy, do I have some opinions on that. The article is paywalled, so I'm just gonna tell you for free. It's because we consistently slipped through the cracks over and over and over and over again. The answer is because sexism and the patriarchy. Long before many of us figure out that we have ADHD, we learn very quickly that, we have to figure out a way of keeping up. We develop our own systems, we develop our own structures, and those are what serve to get us through the day. And so we can get through grad school and law school and nursing school and do just fine, but then at some point, we hit the burnout wall and everything stops working, and then we go, oh my god, am I going crazy? And it's like, no, it's been ADHD the whole time. I was one of those women. I was diagnosed the day before my 30th birthday, and prior to that, I just thought I was like a fuck up, and that I was inherently broken, and that there was inherently something wrong with me. And once I had a name for what was going on with me, I started learning that ADHD impacts stuff like relationships and sex and intimacy and eating disorders and a whole host of things that we never, ever, ever talk about. I got so mad, I wrote a book about it. It's called The ADHD Field Guide for Adults. It comes out next week, so it's available for pre-order now. There is a regular book copy, there is a audiobook copy that I recorded, and an ebook copy. It is one of the only books about ADHD that is specifically designed to be accessible to burnt out gifted kids who were really good readers at one point, and now the thought of finishing an entire book fills you with an existential dread. We laid out the book so you don't have to finish it. You can just turn to any page and learn some stuff, and that's how we made it, because I fucking see you, dog. So anyway, go check it out if you want. Breaking neuro.
What the hell does that have to do with sexism? What the hell does that have to do with men? She literally didn't explain shit. She literally did not explain shit. This is the problem with, I'm sorry, this is the problem with so many modern women. You blame everything on men. You blame everything on sexism, on the patriarchy. It's like, are you kidding me? And you know what? Don't even get me started on this whole ADHD shit. I'm sorry. I don't know. I grew up and thinking that, you know what? People like this just don't have self-control. People like this don't have self-control. I think this might be controversial, but I'm seeing this more and more nowadays, right? I think a lot of these people, they cannot control themselves. They cannot control their emotions. They cannot control their train of thoughts. They can't control themselves. So what do? They blame it on being neurodivergent, having ADHD. To say oh, that's why I can't do it. That's why I can't control myself, because I'm some medical professional. Label me as I have some kind of disorder. So that's why I can't control myself. That's why I'm hyper. That's why I'm whatever. Absolute BS. It's like Mr. Smith said, it's not ADHD. It's narcissism and borderline. It's boredom. It's egotistical. It's just, Adderall is a hell of a drug. Yes. And that's the ridiculousness, right? I mean, it's just women like this is absolutely, in my opinion, annoying, right? Really annoying. Plus, yes, they self-diagnose themselves a lot. I agree. This is offensive to people with poor self-control. Yeah. I mean, I agree. Right? But what I'm saying is the whole video, I thought she was going to say, give us reasons why, right? Blame it on men. But literally, what did that have to do with sexism, right? What did that have to do with sexism? Really nothing. I was like, what? What the hell are you talking about? Where is the sexism in that?
Just sitting here thinking about how I went to singles night at church, and it was hundreds. I mean, at least 1,000. First, I thought it was 500, but the pastor said it was 1,000 singles in attendance. Like, are we all living the same life at this point? Because I've never been in a room with that many single people or even thought that it was even, I thought I was like the only one left. I mean, beautiful women, all types, shapes and sizes, literally African American women. Like a room full of singles. And I'm like, this has to be an experiment. Like, this has to be like a simulation. Or is that the word I want to use? I think so. Like, I'm confused and I'm like low key, like nervous, like for us. Well, shit for myself, fuck y'all. Because where are the men? Where are the men? Then again, don't know. Never mind. Don't. We know where they at. Bye. I was just sitting here thinking about how I went to singles night at church and it was hundreds. I mean, at least 1,000. First, I thought it was 500, but the pastor said it was 1,000 singles in attendance. Like, are we all living the same life at this point? Because I've never been in a room with that many single people or even thought that it was even, I thought I was like the only one left. I mean, beautiful women, all types, shapes and sizes, literally African American women. Like a room full of singles. And I'm like,
I mean, I see some men in there. I mean, this is a thing where, I mean, I think it's weird that she think that, yeah, there's a lot of single women right now. There's a lot of single women. And kind of why, she kind of pointed out why this problem, right? It's the ego. She's saying, oh, there's a room full of beautiful women. Bitch, are you dating them? Are you dating them? What do you mean they're beautiful? Are you the one who's dating them? What's the point of you finding them beautiful? All right? It's the men. It's the ego, right? There's so many women out there with too much ego. And that's the problem. I think that's the problem a lot of men are facing. A lot of men don't want to deal with that. It's that ego, right? It's the ego. It's the thing that, great, you're beautiful. Okay. It's other women, okay? Also inflating other women's egos. Thinking that they are better than, you know, the men that's around them. So I think that's ridiculous. And this is why a lot of men just aren't going to single events. A lot of women are, a lot of men ain't. Men know it, that the men that would go, you don't want those men. The men that, you know, don't need to go, you want those men. But you can't, you know, you can't get those men to settle down.
this has to be an experiment. Like, this has to be like a simulation. Or is that the word I want to use? I think so. Like, I'm confused and I'm like low key, like nervous, like for us. Well, shit for myself, fuck y'all. Because where are the men? Where are the men? Then again, don't know. Never mind. Don't.
The men are doing their own shit. The men are handling their own business. The men are focusing on themselves. Okay? Men are tired that women today are terrible investments. Women today, not all women, plenty of great women, but a lot of women are terrible investments. And that's the problem. And that's the problem a lot of men are facing. That these women don't even want to deal with them. Do not want to even deal with these women. And I'm going to show you. Because tonight we will be doing some Kendra G videos. So I'm going to be showing you why these women are terrible investments. Right? These women are absolute shit of investments. So it's been a little while since I watched some Kendra G video. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. Hopefully you guys will enjoy it. Thank you guys for being here, right? Thank you guys for being here. I love you. All right? Thank you guys for being here. Please like the stream. Please like the stream. It helps me out, all right? It helps me out. Yes, men are walking away. Oh, don't get me started on how the effects of the black community, right? I mean, like, again, the single motherhood, picking terrible men, is absolutely destroying the black community, or what's the lack of a community nowadays. There's not much of a community in the there's not much of a community anymore. All right, let's do some Kendra G reactions. It's been a while since I did one, so hopefully you guys like it, right? Hopefully you guys will like it. All right, let's do some Kendra G reactions. All right, it's been a while, so let's check it out.
Good light, hi.
Hey,
I love that you got good light. Come on, girl. How is your name Ramona? How you say your name?
Roma,
Roma. Roma in the daytime. Where you calling me from, sweetheart?
Philly.
Philly. Oh, I used to live in Philly.
Philly
Roma.
girl.
Philly. How old are you?
36.
36. And what do you do for a living?
So I have my own business and I literally just got hired as a resource development person for a well-known nonprofit here in Philly.
Okay, so you work for a nonprofit?
Right now, yes.
Okay, nonprofit. Do you have any kids?
I have 4.
Okay, how old are your 4 kids?
20, she's about to be 21.
36, 4 kids. She's a red flag. Red flag. All right. Now, why? Why? I mean, single mothers are not automatic red flags, but here's the thing: where what I've learned, right? Because you got to always be cautious, right? You got to always be cautious when you go about these women, because I've said this before: dating for women is easy. Dating for women is on easy mode. So you have to wonder why. Why is she single? At 36, 4 kids. We'll see how many baby daddies she has. But I've said this before. As women age, not all women, I want to preface that because I have some amazing sisters in the chat. So I don't want to disrespect any ladies, right? I don't want to disrespect any ladies. I know there's plenty of amazing ladies, but there's plenty of not so amazing ladies. That as they get older, they become bigger red flags. Why? Because you gotta think, why at 36? Why at 36 you're still single? Okay. It's usually because you pick terrible men or you have a bad attitude or even both. So since she has 4 kids, most likely, probably both. Yeah, if she's a widow, I'll not much of a red flag, but a lot of time these aren't widows.
16, 13, and 2.
Okay, all by the same man?
2.
2.
2
Why
baby
you not with
daddies.
the man you had a baby with 2 years ago?
Girl. Let's say chronic alcoholic, chronic DWI person. Yeah.
How many kids do you have by him?
I have 1 by him.
1. Okay, and the other one are by 3 other.
This is my problem, okay? See, this is why I think it logically and why she's the red flag. So here's her thing. She said, chronic alcoholic, chronic DWI shit. Okay. So please tell me this. Was he an alcoholic right after you got pregnant? Because I doubt it. I doubt this shit. He was probably who he was before you gave him a kid. And this is the problem I have with these women. So after you've been with this man, after you gave him a kid, now you see his red flags? That really doesn't make sense to me. And that just shows you her red flag, her lack of discernment, her lack of care, right? She doesn't care, right? That, you know what? You made a mistake. You failed the first time. So why not the second time make it right? You know what? I'm not gonna I'm not gonna jump the gun and giving a next man a child, right? I'm not gonna jump the gun and I don't know, not get to know this man like correctly, like thoroughly. I guarantee you, she didn't know this man that much. She didn't know this man that well. An alcoholic, you would have known him already. You would have known this already. She wanted to get those 4 different child support checks. Most likely, probably.
What? So you have 3 by 1 and then 1 by 1.
Yes, and the others are by my ex-husband.
I was to say, have you been married? So you're divorced. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
I think it's a red flag as well. I think that's a red flag. Right? Okay. Ex-husband. He was fine when you married him. He was fine when you were in a relationship with him. He was fine when you married him. He was fine when you gave him the first child. He was fine when you gave him the second child. But you divorced him after the 3rd child? Absolute ridiculousness. Absolutely ridiculous. I'm sorry. I can't deal with that. I cannot deal with that. Okay? I really find that a red flag. You stayed with the man all these years and then you stop? No.
Okay. And what's your zodiac sign, Roma?
Scorpio.
Scorpio. Okay. So we got Roma Philly, 36 Scorpio, works for a nonprofit. Mom she's divorced, 3 by her ex-husband, and then 1 kid by another gentleman. Yes. All right, let's do it. What kind of man you looking for, Roma? I like your name. Can I just say I like your name?
Oh, really? So it's Jerome. I'm a Jerome Jr.
Okay.
So I just relocated here from Texas. I'm
Jerome Jr.? Are you telling me her dad named her after himself? Weird ass shit.
originally from here, but I just came back. So I am 5'9". So somebody that is taller than me, African American. I've always been in a role that consists of 6 figures. I'm a doctoral student. I'm working on my 4th degree. Somebody that is more, or at least equal to an intellectual, on top of everything that I have going on with myself. And that's about it, just.
So this 36-year-old mom of 4 by 2 different men wants a highly educated 6-figure man. Are you kidding me? You want a man, and taller, right? Average height for men in the US is about 5'8". She wants a man of above average height. So above average height, intelligent, 6 figures. You and every other woman. You want the same man that every other woman wants. Another problem, another thing why women fail. Why I like the last video I did, right? Women saying why there's so many women at these single events. Guess why? They all want the same man. And you can't share the same man. You can't. Right? There's only a few men that matches your criteria that's out there. So this is the problem with these women. And what is he getting? What is he getting? He's getting a woman that's honestly very average looking, and some might believe below average. And she's 36, 4 kids by 2 different men. A man that she's asking, he could get her that's 26, no kids. And this is the problem with a lot of women. They don't think.
So we kind of got there early. We kind of got here early, so let me just get in it. Do we got to make a certain amount of money?
So over 6 figures, yes.
Over 6 figures is a millionaire, because that would be 7 figures.
Yeah.
So you want to be a millionaire?
Not a millionaire. I am more so equated to the 250 range.
Okay. So the 2-year-old dad made $250K?
Yes.
Okay. So she did.
And that didn't even work. The man, it's like, can she like use some of her highly educated brain cells? So you got with a man that matched your criteria and it still didn't work. Most likely she got with 2 men that matched her criteria and it still doesn't work. maybe change it up. Maybe like it's like what kind of person who constantly wants to do the same thing over and over again and fail at it constantly? How about wake up? She can't even count digits. Yes.
So she did have that, and then your ex-husband, I'm assuming, made $250K.
Yes, he's a therapist.
Okay. All right. Well, one.
Two men that she gave kids to. Two men she gave kids to that met her criterias and she couldn't make it work. What will you think that could make the next one work? How would this is a thing where a man got coming into this, okay, you had kids with these men and it couldn't even work. What the fuck would I be doing with you? What would I get? How would I be able to, sustain a long-term relationship with you when the two men you gave kids to that matches your criteria and you still left them?
One thing for certain, she had it twice. So moving forward, you want a man that's 6 feet and make at least $250K.
Yes.
Now well, we're already on social media, and if you're familiar with my show, you know they're going to talk about this girl. So what would you say? What would you say to? Because now this is interesting. So you had 3 kids, and then you met a man that made $250K, and he didn't mind that you had 3 kids.
I have 4 kids currently.
No, I'm saying, but before you had 4 kids, you met a man and you had 3 by your ex-husband, right?
I met a man and I had 1, and he took on that one person that was literally 3 months old.
Okay, I'm confused. So the 2-year-old, I thought was you only had 1 kid by.
Okay, so let me reiterate, okay? So I have currently a person that is about to be 21 years old. She is in North Carolina right now. She's doing well for herself. I have 2 kids by 1 man that has taken care of my almost 21-year-old.
Okay, but Roma, let me ask this question. How many men do you have kids by?
Okay, so sperm donor wise, because I know how you are, is 3.
No, it's not.
The bitch is lying. So you're lying? So you have 4 kids by 3 different men? It's like, seriously? You are lying. And you're asking for a high value man, and yet you're lying.
It's not how I am. It's an easy question. How many kids do you have?
Totally easy. Yes, 3 kids. But 4 kids.
Right there. That's not what you said in the beginning. In the beginning, you said you had 2 kids. You said it was 2 men. You didn't say 3.
Okay, so I have 4 kids by 3 different men.
Okay, so in the beginning you lied because I asked you that question and you said 3.
I wouldn't say I lied. It's because
it's a lie because that's not the answer. So what would it be?
So I had to reiterate myself when it became to what you wanted to say. So let me put it this way, okay?
Well,
so
you keep saying
I had a child at 14 years old. Okay, so I had a child at 14 years old, and then I met somebody at 15, and he took on my child at 14 years old. Okay.
So what?
Okay, but hold on real quick. I don't want to be hostile, but I want to correct you.
Well, you are hostile, and I'm fine with that.
Okay, you said what?
I said you are hostile, and I'm fine with that.
Well, here's the thing, Roma. I'm not hostile. What I'm not going to do is allow you to lie to me and then make it.
It's not lying. It's when you're married with someone for so long and that person take on your child, you honestly, I want to say forget, but my ex-husband took care of the child that I had at 14 years old. So I have
it's giving you secondhand embarrassment.
4 children by 3 different men, and that's where it is.
So let me jump in. I'm not hostile. What I'm not going to allow you to do is lie. So I have to correct the lie. So the question is, at the end of the day, I just asked you a simple question. How many kids do you have by? You said 2. That's not the answer. So you're not going to call me hostile. I'm just correcting the fact and exposing the fact you lied to me. That's all that it is. We wouldn't even be here this long had you just told me it was 3 men and we would have kept going. But now it becomes hostile.
Let's keep going.
But
I have 4 children.
It becomes hostile because I'm not going to allow you to make it seem like I'm the bad
attitude as well. So here's this woman, right? I mean, like, she definitely secondhand embarrassment. Here's a woman that lied about how many baby daddies she has, and now she's given an attitude about it. Like I said, right? Chooses terrible men and has a bad attitude. Former feminist sisterhood reflexes. Exactly. 3 sperm donors.
Bad guy. I'm not the bad guy.
I didn't think you were the bad guy.
Okay.
Well, did I
let
say
me-
that?
Okay, so now I'm kind of confused. So let me just understand. So
I'll help
3
you.
men. It's 3 men, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So the first child was like a high school sweetheart.
Yes.
Okay. So the second baby daddy, that's the one that made 250K.
They all made 250K.
So the 14-year-old, he made 250K too.
Yes.
What? How? Dealing drugs? So now you're adding that you dated drug dealers? That's great. You gave kids to a drug dealer.
When you were 14 or when he got older?
No, when we were 14.
I'm just curious. How
Yes.
old was he?
How old is he? Older.
How old was he when you got pregnant at 14?
Older.
You don't want to share the age?
I cannot share that because my daughter is about to be 21 years old, and I refuse to put him in that predicament when he is a older.
Oh, because he's a pedo. So you also, what's up, Mark? What's up, Mark? The detective determined was a lot. Yes. So you gave a kid to a pedo. I got it. It's like, this is a thing where, and I'm not saying that it's necessarily a blame on her, but it shows you that this woman lacked discernment. One, gave a kid to a pedo. Been in 2 more relationships that failed. Gave kids to 2 more guys and it failed. And then all 3 of these men was her, met her requirements, met her standards, and yet that still failed. That is what I'm talking about. This woman lacked discernment. This woman has a bad attitude. This woman honestly doesn't qualify for honestly good men. I'm sorry, but when I listen to a lot of these women, understand their history, hear their personality, like hear what type of personality they have, I can tell by balance of probability that a lot of these women, they don't qualify for good men. What they qualify for, like the Godfather himself says, you qualify for like your baby daddies. And not just the money, the situations too, right? So the situations you've had with your baby daddies is most likely the same situation you will have with your next baby daddy. She's a huge red flag.
Successful man.
Okay. So you have 3 baby daddies and they
Yes.
all made 250K each.
Yes.
Okay. You told me you were divorced. Who did you marry?
I married the second child, or the second and third.
Okay. So the second and third child's father is the one that you married.
The therapist, yes.
Oh, he was a therapist. Gotcha. What did the older man do, your first child's father?
I cannot disclose that, and I won't disclose that ever.
Okay, that's fine. And the third child's father, can you disclose what he did?
He is currently a psychiatric nurse in a rehabilitation.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So how we got here was the request. So
Yep.
ultimately, the fourth man be over 6 feet and make at least 250K.
At least.
At least. Okay.
What kind of fucking idiot would see this woman as a catch? I'm sorry. Only a loser would see this woman as a catch. Only a desperate loser would be interested in a woman like this. I mean, I guarantee you, probably the men that she dated were like extremely older. I mean, like we already heard the one pedo.
Okay. Now, what would you say to a person?
She probably the next pedo as well, because what she said is she got her next kid, or she met her next baby daddy around she was 15. So she most likely got with another pedo.
That will say, they're going to say, oh, that's unrealistic. You have 4 kids, 3 men. What would you say to that?
I mean, that's their prerogative. Right now, I'm really okay with where I am in life. I relocated from Texas back to Philly. I'm doing well for myself. I have my own business, actually 2 of them. But if they were to say that they have an issue with it, so long.
Okay. And would you date a man that made less than 250K?
I'm okay with it. Yes.
Oh, you would date a man that makes. So what's the lowest amount you would date?
Around 80.
Okay, 80. So 250K is preferred, but
Preferred.
80 is the lowest.
Yes, desperate old simps. 80K still above average. I mean, like, it's a little bit more reasonable compared to the 250K. But it's like, I'm sorry. I mean, like, if you're a man with a good head on his shoulders, don't be this desperate. Please, don't be this desperate.
Yes.
Could he have children?
Yes.
Do you want more kids?
No.
You don't want more kids. Okay.
No.
So, okay, we kind of got there early. So now what are deal breakers?
No more kids as well. So the next guy will have to be just as above average as her ex, but yet don't get kids like her exes. Great. It's like, what's the benefit? What's the benefit? Her body, her used up body? I don't think that's much of a benefit for a higher tier man.
Deal breakers are someone who is a chronic liar. I do have multiple degrees in psychology. I can
Multiple. What did I say? If you guys watch my content, I've said this so much about psychiatrists. Therapy is stupid. Why? Because therapists are messed up themselves. Why would you want someone who is messed up mentally to try to fix your mental bullshit? Why would you want someone that is mentally messed up to try to fix your mental issues? Why? It's like they can't even fix their own. You listen to this woman's life. I mean, like, God, how is she able to give anyone good advice?
pinpoint someone out that is a liar.
Yes, that's insane too. And she didn't see any of that coming. She couldn't predict these men's personalities. She couldn't. It's like, seriously.
Or who?
And I said it, right? 3 mistakes? No, 2 mistakes. Okay. But the third one should not have been a mistake. Right? The third one should have succeeded because what? What's her degrees for? Therapy didn't work for her.
Who is someone that is fabricating the truth?
No, girl. I'm sorry I got to jump in, but that's exactly what you just did.
Actually, you didn't give me the space to explain myself.
I did give you the space.
Explain yourself. You didn't need to explain yourself. You have 3 baby daddies. What is there to explain? You have 3 baby daddies. Why would you need to explain it? Plus, you didn't want to go into detail with it, right? You don't want to go into detail about the man. So why would you need to explain it?
No, you did not. How many kids you had by? You could have said 3. You literally just
honestly, I could have said 3. Yes, Are you gonna let me talk right now? And you're gonna sit there and
this is funny.
Kendra.
Roma, you literally talked about a chronic liar, and that's exactly what you just did to our
chronic.
Kids.
Chronic.
Yes. You said
chronic is not true.
Lie.
When someone comes into your life, when you are raped at the age of 14 and takes over your children, and you look at that.
Okay, so now you're saying you were abused at 14. Yet you wouldn't even name the man. Do not start with this BS. Right? I'm sorry. I'm going to be critical right now. I'm going to be controversial. This is what I have a problem with, right? When women say that this man abused me, but I'm not going to out him. I'm not going to out him. I'm not going to shame him. Are you stupid? So this man did a heinous act to you or not? Why would you protect a man that did a heinous act to you? Are you protect? Who cares if you? What do you mean you're protecting your daughter from what? From a terrible man? From a man that did heinous things to you? What the fuck is wrong with you? Protecting what? Right? This is I'm going to hold women's feet to the fire. Why would you protect terrible men? If they did terrible things to you, it is no. There's no protection for that. Do not protect terrible men. If he did a terrible act to you, you will blast his name to the rooftop. What the hell is wrong with this? She's protecting this man, right? She said that this man did a terrible act to her, and yet she doesn't even want to blast his business on, like, seriously? No. If he actually did a terrible act to you, you should be blasting him. He should be arrested. The man is hurt. If he is, wow, that'd be crazy. But more reason that she should have shamed the man. She should blast his name. I'm sorry. I hear this way too much, okay? I can never understand women where if something terrible happens to them, they don't want to blast, they don't want retribution. Right? I can't understand it. I'm sorry. I can't understand it. Yes, because they are the ambassadors of Stockholm syndrome. This is why I got a degree in behavioral science and not in psychology. Exactly. They are messed up.
Person as a father figure, and that person still takes care of your child. Okay?
He shouldn't. He shouldn't be taking care of your child. Don't you make well enough? Right? That man is a pedo, and he's an abuser. He should be arrested. He should be in prison. Hell, controversially, he should be executed. Right? I believe all pedos should be executed. They should be executed on the spot. Right? Proven guilty, they should be executed. So, are you kidding me? Aren't you a capable 6th degree or whatever woman, right? You should be able to take care of your own child. You don't need that fucking disgusting man. He should be in prison. So what the hell is wrong with you? What's going on with your degree for? Where's the logic in that?
Well, let me jump to this. Obviously, we don't want to go deep with that story.
I will go deep with that because you can Google me and you can LinkedIn me and you can find out the truth.
The point of first of all, I want to say this because when it gets there, obviously, I'm sorry you went through that. But at the end of the day, I'm quite sure you're familiar with my show. This is not the first time you watching my show, right? So you know.
I'm sorry. Again, maybe this is controversial. I'm not sorry what happened to her because here's the thing: she allows it. You can see her. You can see what this woman is supposedly educated. This woman is supposedly educated, and now she is like reasoning in it. She's reasoning it. So I'm sorry. I'm not like, your 14-year-old you. I sympathize with it, but you as in totality, no, you are a disgusting human being. Because why? Because he's paying for your daughter. He should be paying for his crimes.
When I ask that question, because there's levels to me asking that question.
There are two men that will come at your neck about my children, not 3.
First of all, ain't nobody coming at my
not
neck.
yours, but I'm saying the person that I am dealing with. But there are two men that are active role models of my children as opposed to 3. So the first child would never be a factor because that first man has never signed a birth certificate. He wasn't there. And
so if he's not, what the hell is wrong with you then? Why would you have a problem with blasting him out?
my ex
Is this is the therapist? This is how you would handle those kind of victims? Be quiet about it? Be quiet is how you would handle victims?
husband was there. So my ex-husband played that role of someone that took the father figure of my almost 21-year-old that is now highly successful in North Carolina, and she's great. So
I'm listen, there's nothing.
I understand where you're coming from as a publicist and as
If that man is so great, why would you even leave him then? He's so great, yet you left.
somebody
As a
that
what?
is in the social media publicist.
Who's the publicist?
I mean, you're public, right?
Oh, you said I'm not a publicist though. I'm a journalist that hosts a dating
Okay.
show.
So you're a journalist.
Yeah, so I just asked the questions. I just want the truth.
And I'm correcting you.
No, well, well, here's the thing, Roma. First of all, again, I'm sorry what you went through in your past. I felt like I'm quite sure this is year 6. You've seen my show a few times, correct? This is not your first time watching me. I'm assuming.
I'm sorry, Dizzy. It's just this is just it. This is how it is. The cute VTubers, I mean, I understand that. Why did you show the slow-mo train crash that I can't turn away?
Can you answer? Is it hello?
First time, sorry.
Okay, so with that being said, I've been doing this show for 6 years.
I know.
So when I ask that question, it's the same question I've asked for 6 years.
Right.
And the only reason we went down this dark road, because had you just said
It's not dark.
Well, I don't like what you went through in the past. I feel
It's
like
not
that's
dark.
Huh?
It's not dark. At the end of the day, I love God.
Answer the question.
Do not say that you love God. Do not say you love God. I'm sorry. You are divorcee, right? You have 3 baby daddies. You honestly are not even holding the first man accountable for his terrible actions. It's like, please don't say you love God.
About the 3 men, then we wouldn't have had the back and forth that we had and the confusion, because I was under the impression, because I was going to ask you questions as I did pertaining to that. But
Right.
we're now moving forward. Okay.
Yes, thank you.
But
This
God
a
is
train
working
wreck.
on me, child. Okay, let's get
Working on.
allow you to lie to me. That's all.
It wasn't a lie. It was more
was.
so of no.
Yes.
So if you would have said how many people I laid down with, that's a different
I never
story.
say that, Roma. Why would I say
Exactly.
that?
But if you were to say how many people you had, children with, I
said
would
that.
say
How many kids' dads do you have?
exactly. And I will always consider my ex-husband as my daughter's that's about to be 21 years old father.
But this is why I asked you if you are familiar with my show, because
I am familiar, but you asked a blank question and I answered it.
well, okay, so since you're familiar with my show, you knew what I meant when I asked that question.
But other people didn't know. So
other people didn't know
what you meant.
Ooh, child. Should he look a certain way?
I stated over 6 feet because I'm 5'9", African American. I stated the range of salary.
African American brothers. This is I'm sorry. This is the women. These are the types of women that black men have to deal with. These are the type of women what black men have to deal with. You wonder why we have a baby mama crisis. Black men are just hitting and pumping and dumping. That's it. Black men are just pumping and dumping. Black men are pumping and dumping of women in their own race, and they're marrying women of other races. Yo, Highly Games, what is up, my brother? What is up?
I didn't ask about, well, look a certain way usually is, you can add
Yeah,
half to
yeah,
it,
yeah. But
but it's about, what?
when you make a certain range, you look a
I
certain
didn't
way.
ask that question yet. I said that we look a certain way. That's the next question. So the question is, does she look a certain way? Like complexion, tall, slim, you going forward. This question right now is, should he look a certain way?
Lighter than me, over 6 feet.
Okay. We already got to the money question. Let's do the Kendra Cam.
Okay.
Okay, we see you, girl.
A little bit, a little bit.
A little bit what?
I said a little bit because I'm on my weight loss journey, so I'm a little bit.
Okay. Should he, we already did that. When was your last relationship?
A month ago.
And this is the thing. These a lot of these women, they're not getting matches outside of their race. Okay, a lot of black women are not getting a lot of matches outside of their race. So black men are barely dealing with them, and they're suffering, and they're not getting a whole lot of matches outside their race. No wonder that, you know, a lot of them are single. Yeah, I mean, yeah, physically she not bad.
Month ago. Oh, you just ended a relationship a month ago. Is it over?
Over.
Okay. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask, when's the last time you was intimate with someone?
A month ago.
Okay. 3 flaws you have to work on.
Someone who is a chronic liar. Someone who is shorter than me. So
She said 3 flaws you have to work on.
I'm 5'9", so someone who is 5'9" or shorter. And someone who is unemployed.
And why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
So I feel as though that you are short-tempered right now, so I'm gonna keep this short.
Oh, she's attitude.
You are, girl. It's fine. I know. I love it.
Why am I short-tempered? Because I'm asking you the questions and allowing you to answer them. So now if I go back and forth with you, I'm aggressive, I'm all those things. Now I'm asking you the questions, I'm short-tempered. You don't take responsibility. Which way you want it, girl? You
I
want
don't
me to
take
argue with you?
responsibility.
You want me?
Let's
I'm giving you the courtesy of allowing you to answer the questions with no rebuttal. And now I'm short-tempered. What
Maybe
responsibility do you have, Roma?
all of them. That's why I'm answering your questions.
No, I want to know, what energy do you think you brought to this? Because I gave you 3 different versions of Kendra. The last Kendra, I'm just allowing you to answer, and then you came back.
The last Kendra is the responsible Kendra.
I want to know, what responsibility do you think you brought to this interview?
I'm going to be respectful. So the last Kendra was the professional Kendra, the journalist Kendra. The second
Kendra. You just called her
Kendra.
short-tempered, but then you called her short-tempered.
Can you let me finish my answer? You will not let me finish my answer.
I was letting you finish your answers, and then you called me short-tempered.
I said.
So now it's like, I don't know which Kendra you want.
Ooh.
You can get all the Kendras.
I want them.
Child, let me do this. I should have hung up on your ass a long time ago. I don't know why I even allowed.
This is what's out there. I'm sorry. I've dated. I mean, like, you know, I have dated predominantly black women. And to be honest, and I'm not saying all black women are like this. They're not, right? Not all black women. I'm just like, I find it that this is a big problem, right? Within the black community. This is a big problem within the black community. Women are egotistical. Women have attitude. Women have, authority problem. Women think they're the boss, right? They think you're the boss. You have to follow. This is the problem. Black women are becoming the men. They're becoming the men in the relationship. So how do you think that's going to come out? Okay. It's like 2 men fighting for dominance. And I've been there and I've done that. That is tiring. You don't want to go out to the real world and try to battle the real world and go home and try to battle your partner. I've been there and it's tiring. Shit is tiring. So, and you wonder why a lot of black women, they only come up to just being like baby mamas, right? They're not, black men are not desiring to marry them, right? To, fully commit to them relationship wise for a lifetime. They will be fine with having kids with them. They're just not fine with marrying them. You're seeing why. Ooh, gee. Ooh, child. This is why, Kendra G is all, I'm Vietnamese. I'm Vietnamese. Yep, that's the craziness of Kendra. We're not done tonight. We got more Kendra. All right? We're going to do some more Kendra.
You look good.
We are going to do some more Kendra. I try to keep the Kendra G to a minimum, right? Because watching these women, right, on Kendra G is like kind of mentally exhausting, but it's a good example, right? Watching Kendra is a good example. So I try to watch her stuff because it's a good example. Sorry for assuming. Gene stealing habits? What does that mean? What do you mean by gene stealing habits? What going outside their race? What do you mean by that? I don't know, what are you talking about? Stealing habits. Yeah, she will forever be single. Yeah. I mean, like, she's forever meant to be a baby mom. All right, let's continue. Thank you guys for being here, right? Thank you guys for being here. Please like the stream. Helps me out. Please like the stream. you stuff. I mean, like, it's like, no, I understand your drift. I catch your drift. I don't know. To be honest, right? For me, I've always been open, right? I've always been open. I never liked clickiness of Asian people. That's why I've always been very open with I never restrict myself. So I've dated, I've never dated a white woman, right? I've never dated a white woman. I've dated black women. I dated a couple Asian women. But it's like not necessarily by I don't care about skin tone, right? I care more about personality. I care more about personality than skin tone. So we are here because we love you. You do not need to thank us. You need to apologize for what you're showing up. No, I mean, this is a thing where, I think it's an interesting ride, right? Interesting rides, checking out these crazy stuff, these crazy women, right? So tonight will be some crazy women. So let's check out another Kendra G video. As a partially white woman, can't blame me. Yeah, that's the thing. Again, I love all women, right? Doesn't mean that I can't critique them, right? Doesn't mean that I don't talk about them. This is what I said, right? I hope I don't put out like I hate women, because I don't. I think women are amazing. I think a lot of them are delusional, but I still think they're amazing. All right. In the beginning, right? I'm 42, right? I'm 42. So I've lived a decent life. I had a little bit of pushback, right, from the Asian community. in the beginning when I was like in my 20s, right? In my 20s, but that changed. I would date a 4 if she cooks, cleans, and cooperates any day. Exactly. I agree. I agree. I that's what I'm saying. I don't mind. I sacrifice looks, right? I'm not saying that I'm dating ugly women, but I sacrifice. I don't put so much importance on looks, more on personality. That's how I go about it. Yeah, I mean that those yeah, the PTSD of those is kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. All right, let's continue. Let's check this one out. Let's check this Kendra G video out.
Thank you, girl.
You
Can you
look
hear
good.
me
You
this
got this
time?
right.
Thank
Okay, sugar.
you.
Where you calling me from, baby?
Phoenix.
Phoenix. How old are you,
Yes,
sugar?
ma'am. 38.
38. Okay, I love that you look prepared. I'm loving this. What
Thank
you do for a
you.
living, boo?
I am a homeschool teacher and foster parent.
Homeschool teacher and foster parent. Okay.
Hmm.
Homeschool teacher, and she makes money by fostering kids.
How old's your foster child?
She's 3.
Okay. Oh, who's is it was it a sibling? Like a
No,
family member?
that was her. That was the 3-year-old. She's like, because I'm never on the phone. So as soon as I'm like on a call,
We
they're
got to
like, who's she
find you
talking to?
a foster stepdaddy,
Yeah, that would
baby.
be nice. Mommy needs
So
to have a
you
little
are
fun.
homeschool, like you're a homeschool teacher?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
And what's your zodiac sign? Is your name Sugar?
My name is Noelle, but I had called in to interview for the host position, but you guys couldn't hear me, and so yeah.
Yeah, I know. So it's so interesting because it's like yes and no right now. Like Trell's jumped in and he's
Hmm.
doing Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then right now he has an event on Thursday nights. So
Okay,
technically
babe.
that date is kind of open, but the issue is, and the thing is, I kind of really, in so many ways, I kind of got to know Trell for a year. So,
Hmm.
and right now, and I'm gonna give an opportunity to a cousin still. I mean, he's the cousin that got the opportunity, but in this direct moment, it's hard for me to really vet a person because I got a lot going on. So we're taking a pause. You do look good
Oh,
though.
what is this? Thank you. I'm
So
actually
you looking
going
for?
to
So
the.
you was calling me the host, not to look for a man.
No, I'm calling you to look for a man. But oh, what was I about to say? I'm actually headed to Trap Karaoke. They have a R. They're out here in Phoenix, but they're doing the R&B night. So that's why I was like waiting for you to get off that line with that married man.
Foster child from your husband?
No, no,
Oh,
not at all. No,
I'm being so nosy, but I'm so curious.
it's okay.
Did you become a foster parent? Is it a family member's child that you're raising,
She
or
is a she is a
okay?
family member's child. Yes, ma'am.
Got you. Okay, okay. There we go. All right, so here we go. We got Noelle Phoenix, 38, homeschool teacher, foster parent to a 3-year-old, and her husband
Hmm.
passed. When did your husband pass?
It's been a while. I was in my 20s, in my mid 20s when he
Okay,
passed. So yeah, it's been some time.
okay, okay. Well, let's do it. So she said,
Mhm.
get the married man off the phone. Child, he's gonna be divorced March
What do you mean Oshi? What is that? I don't know what that means. What's your Oshi? What that means?
19th. Girls, it's less than like a little bit over a month. No, I'm
I
telling you,
know.
I've interviewed a lot of people. He's a good guy. I
Yeah, he
think the
was.
right girl, he's gonna be a good guy.
I'm just so nervous. Like I'm very camera shy. I know I see a lot of people saying it in the comments that I look familiar. I was on Pop the Balloon a couple months ago, and I was like extra nervous, like super like breathing hard, like shaking. So I was like,
Oh, VTuber? I don't watch VTubers. I don't really like let me be honest, I can never I never really got into that, right? I see the VTube VTuber craze or I don't know, niche, but I mean like to watch a cartoon character talk to me is kind of weird. Or just talk. I don't know. It's not my thing. I mean, whatever floats your boat. But I mean, a waifu. Yeah, I'm not. No, homeschooling is the way to go. I agree. Yeah. I'm not really into the VTuber thing. Right? I'm not no. I'm not quite the fan of people trying to hide themselves, right? So it's not my VTubers. You know those anime characters, right? You see them, they talk in screen like. So imagine if I did this video fully in like a 2D anime character, and I'm talking. That's the VTubers, right? They have an anime character or a cartoon character, and it's talking for them, right? It's their avatar, so they're talking through that animated character. Yeah, I'm not. You know what? At the beginning, I thought about doing that, but I was like, you know what? That's to be honest, right? I mean, like Lizzie, that's cringy to me, right? I think that's cringy. I don't know. Like having these cartoon characters talking, I was like, I feel it's cringy. So I was like, I can't do it.
Finally got the guts to call in and they're on the phone. So I was just being funny. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. Speaking of which, do you want to go on social media with this interview?
Possibly, yeah.
Okay, I need a hard yes or because I mean you gotta you have
No,
to. You don't want to go on social media.
no, no,
Okay,
no.
fair
Yeah,
enough. So we're app only. All right. But
yeah.
girl, you was gonna pop the balloon. Why wouldn't you want this
I
against this?
know, I know, I know, I know, I know. I know it's so out of the ordinary for me to do things like this. So I think I'm more like scared of being married again. So I need to be this I told
Brent, what is up, my brother? What is up?
myself I'll be intentional about getting out of the house and meeting someone. So if that's what it takes, yes.
Okay.
Hey, please do. If you become one, send a link. I'll definitely subscribe and I'll definitely check you out. Yeah, you could be my 2D waifu. But I'll definitely check it out. I would love to hear your opinions and thoughts.
Well, let's do
Yes,
it. All
ma'am.
right. So Noelle Phoenix, 38, homeschool teacher, foster parent to a 3-year-old, and is a widow.
I
What
also
kind of
have
man
a
you look?
9-year-old son.
Oh, you have a 9-year-old son. Okay.
Yes.
And a
Yes.
9-year-old son. And what kind of man are you looking for?
A disciplined man, a man who answers to something else.
Really? I didn't know that. I didn't know that there are VTubers with similar contents. You know what? What I think about is like my thing is like my content is very it could be not it's not mainstream, right? It's very polarizing point of views. So I could understand why a lot of people would hide their faces, particularly like if they become big, right? A lot of times if these people become big, it could bite themselves in the butt with the things they say. So I can understand that.
Outside of itself, God. I am a very disciplined woman. I have been married before, so I know what that entails, and I am ready for that. I need that. I crave love. I'm a lover girl. Everyone calls me Essence. I have Essence of Love tattooed
Yeah, Tyler the Fiend. Yeah, Tyler the Fiend. I mean, like the man, has some controversial videos, or at least like topics, right? Not mainstream topics. So, definitely, it's not safe, right? I mean, for me, it's like no, I'm not worried about anyone getting. I'm not worried about getting fired or anything, or I'm not. I'm not. I don't think I'm gonna get big, so I'm not worried about it.
on me since 2007. Like I'm a lover of people. So I just want my own people. My son's father has passed. So I'm looking for a
Man who
disciplined
answers
man, a
to
man of
something.
God. Yeah. What discipline that right there covers like 90% of what I would ask for.
Okay. What are your
Yes,
deal
ma'am.
breakers?
Deal breakers are a divorced man. Um,
So that last man, so you wouldn't date a divorced man.
I wouldn't, unless now. And now, if we got into particulars, now I wouldn't X them out, but it's my preference not to. Now, if it's like something like infidelity on their part, because I do try to live my life scripturally.
Okay.
And so if it's dependent on the circumstances, I mean, and I'm a human. It's not the right man. If he comes along divorced, then I just, when I hear people say, oh, we grew apart, that is like the biggest red flag for me because we all grow as humans. And so when you marry me or you marry someone, you vow to try to figure it out through those changes. So I don't want you to give up on what we have.
Well, then what is she? Okay, so if she doesn't want a divorcee, she's 38. Does she? And she she has a child. So does she want someone who has a child out, who never been married or is a widow? I mean, that's like small ass group of people, right? Particularly someone who, I mean, not the never been married one, but the divorcee. I mean, the widow part is like it's a small group of people. And then if she wants someone who's never been married, that's kind of ridiculous.
because you're saying we grew apart, like, and that scares me. But yeah, I would prefer a man that's not divorced.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and I had a woman on the show before explain that because
Hmm.
according to the Bible, if you're divorced, you still are.
Absolutely.
Okay, can you
And
explain this? I don't want to quote the
yes,
Bible
ma'am.
wrong. Can you
No.
quote it?
Yeah, because when you get married, you make vows. We when you marriage is a spiritual thing. Yes, we have to live by the laws of the land, so we go down to the courthouse and get the marriage certificate and things like that. But when you're getting married, you're making the vow between you, yourself, and God. And those vows between God, they can't be broken unless death, you know what I'm saying, or infidelity. There are different reasons, a few different reasons in the Bible that are scripturally okay with divorce, and it makes you actually it breaks that vow. I'm going to be as specific as possible. It breaks that vow with God. But because I desire a man who answers to God, if you can't keep your promises to God, I know you're not going to keep them to me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just as human as you are, and we all make mistakes and things like that. But I take my personal relationship with God very serious because I used to be a not. I never was really outside, but I used to be lukewarm about my faith. And the one thing that I changed in the last 6 years now is trying to.
Oh, Dante from Devil May Cry is cool. I really like Dante from Devil May Cry. Sephiroth is badass, right? I definitely, yeah, those are pretty badass characters. I do like them. I don't, uh, yeah, I think they're badass characters. Definitely they're very cool character designs. So I definitely like them. No, you know, no bad opinions. I think they're very cool characters.
Do my best as the imperfect human being that I am to live by scripture. And since then, I do less and have gained so much more. So I don't want to allow a man into my life who's going to knock me off of that path. You know what I'm saying? So I want that discipline. I want that man who's who understands what that vow means, because when I say those vows, I mean them. When I was married.
Oh yeah. Is Dante uh androgynous? I don't think Dante is. Maybe Alucard is. I guess from Castlevania. I guess maybe Alucard is. But is Sephiroth androgynous? I don't think so. I don't know if I would call it. Do we do we call men androgynous? I mean, I guess if they look kind of like, I mean, border. I guess yeah. I guess yeah. I guess it's borderline. It's the long hair. It's the pretty face. I I could get that right. I could understand that right. Skinny body. Kind of a. Uh, yeah. I don't think Dante is. I wouldn't. I don't know if I would call him androgynous. But yeah, I can see Alucard and probably a little bit Sister Off. Yeah. Yeah, the two feather platinum hair. Yeah, the white hair. I guess I can see that.
Married the first time. I married a man I was unequally yoked with. I'm a Christian woman who married a Muslim man. I knew shortly after we got married, this wasn't right. However, it was the decision that I made. It was the vow that I made, the promise to God. So we had stuck it.
But wait,
But
okay, I want to jump
mhm.
in.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
how were you making a vow to God that you know wasn't right?
I didn't at the time. So I got married at 18. I was raised in a really structured
You just
household when
said
it
that you
came.
knew it wasn't right.
Shortly after we got married. That's when I realized. Because I didn't when I got married at 18, straight out of high school. So I didn't know prior to, like, you would hear things in church when you're.
This is what I have a problem with, right? I have a problem with this. A lot of these women, right? That says you know they're very religious, a lot of these women are religious after the fact. Okay. A lot of these women are religious after the fact. They're religious after they have a child, after they're, now that they're older. That's when a lot of these women become so extremely religious. And I'm like, I really have a problem with this. So in your prime, you weren't all that strict. You weren't all that. No, it's all good, Dizzy. It's all good, right? I love talking to chat. So I don't ever mind. If you have any opinions, any thoughts, I'm always down to talk about it. So, yeah, I'm always down to, yeah. And the born again thing is, because the born again thing is like usually so ridiculous because you're born again after, you hit the wall or you're close to the wall or you made so many mistakes and then you're born again. But then now you hold those born again values towards the next partner. But yeah, it's like, what happened to all your past? And I'm like, this is why I just like, I've said this before. The women that says I want a God fearing man is really, they weren't God fearing, right? I mean, like, what are you? You've been God fearing for the last 2, 3, 4 years or so. It's like,
in your parents' house and you listen in church, but you don't really pay attention. And once I married a Muslim man and I started to learn a lot of things about Islam and things like that, I would of course cross-reference and make sure to keep my own faith intact because he never forced me to convert. And then I was learning things and seeing these things come to fruition in real life. So I was like, oh, okay. So I didn't make the right decision. However, this was the decision that I made. And it was fine, but it wasn't what I know it could have been. However, I wouldn't take that marriage back for anything, but I could have divorced. We could have divorced, but I feel like because I didn't, and the older I've gotten at 38 now, in my walk with Christ and in my walk with God and learning about different principles and different commandments and things like that, I'm so glad that I didn't because for instance, and I hate this is going to social media, but I'm going to give an example. Like my mother.
Lizzie, you are wild. You only fantasize about male, female threesome. You are wild. Islamic history. Connor, what is up? It just proves that Islam was fine. Yeah, I mean, I have some controversial views about Islam. I definitely do. I think that from what I've seen, they're unhealthy for the Western world. The Islamic culture, religion is it's unhealthy for the Western world.
Or other people that I've seen married multiple times. And although, yes, you don't want to fornicate, you want to be married, I have yet to see a fruitful marriage come from that, something like that. And that's not to say it doesn't happen, but I know what I desire for my lifestyle. And I know what I've seen that has come, what I can tangibly touch that has developed from my faith. And so I don't want a man that's going to knock me off of that. I desire a man who has that same discipline, if not more, and is going to keep leading me because I'm a extremely submissive woman to the point where sometimes I forget I'm almost 40 years old because I'm catering to others, whether it's children, elderly. Those are my two ministries, or just homeless people, random people, neighbors. And I need someone who's going to be disciplined in certain areas because I am such a giving person, and it's put me in not so good positions at times. So
let me jump in. I want to jump in a
yes,
couple of things
ma'am.
because some people are just tuning in.
Yeah.
But you mentioned it earlier that you're a widower. So when did
Hmm.
your husband pass? You said many. So,
And
so after you got married, how? Because
I was
how
married for
soon?
6 years.
And then your husband died.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you mind sharing what happened?
Like I said, I was young, dumb, and married someone unequally yoked. He was a street.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, there are a lot of those. Japan is doing it. Like, yeah, I mean, like, even these other countries can't stand Islam. So I agree. I think it's unhealthy.
Guy. I was 18. So his lifestyle, that was the very last.
This is the problem I have, right? It's like, so she married a street guy for 6 years, and now she's born again, and it's like this is the problem I have. What is she bringing to the next guy? Right? With her strict viewpoints. Why would a man want to deal with her?
First and last time I've done that, but yeah, his lifestyle, you live by the sword, you die by it. But because at the time, coming from such a structured household and sheltered household, I jumped off the porch and straight into the streets. And the first man that showed me like, and he didn't want to, it was like abstinence and marriage and all these things. And I did. I was 18. You know what I'm saying? I graduated high school at 17. I had a year I had gotten, I had received a scholarship for Berkeley School of Music and decided to marry instead. And I see the path that led me on, and I just wouldn't do it
So
again.
can I jump in?
Absolutely.
So he was a street guy, but he was a Muslim too. So basically, you were married to a dangerous man, and religion made you feel like you had to stay married to him.
No, it wasn't religion. It was because I made a vow to him. I'm a person where I
So okay,
never
but hear me out because I want to.
yeah,
I want to
absolutely.
ask this question. So if he was a street guy, he was a dangerous guy.
Mhm.
So you were willing to die with him because you made this vow, and he was.
So he was so I had a very structured lifestyle even in that, to where he kept me out of those things. However, it was still my lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Even though he kept me separated from now those things, he wasn't yeah, it just he was
Can
a
I ask
little
you
older
this?
than me.
This is where my
Of
curiosity is coming
course,
from.
yeah.
How did you articulate that as that's what God wanted in a religion way? Because this is what I will say
I
before you
didn't.
answer. Oh no, gotta answer if you have the answer.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I just marriage to me, because I was so young, and when you're under your parents' guise, you just do what they say. So I wasn't really, excuse me, although I was raised in the church, I wasn't really accepting scripture as my own. I wasn't really living it as my own because I was still attached to my parents. So all I heard was get married. You know, you don't want to be living it foul. And so
Yeah, but they don't tell you to get married with someone from like Islam. It's like this is the lack of accountability. It's like selective hearing. So you said all I hear is getting married, but then do you think that they said they will be fine getting married with someone who's not Christian? What the hell are you talking about? Your selective hearing is whack, right? Your selective hearing is whack. You blame your parents, but yet you do things that I'm pretty sure your parents are not clamoring about.
married a man who just wasn't right. But the reason why I stayed with him, of course, I now at 38 am talking about vows, but at the time it was because I made a promise to him. One of our vows was through thick and thin, and I've never been a person who lies. And even though it might sound silly now, but this is 18-year-old me. This is 18, 19, 20, young me, and
You're not a person that lies, but you're a person who gets with a street dude. Your morality sucks, right? Your morality is all over the place. You don't lie, but you get with a gangbanger. You get with a street dude. It's like your morality is like whack.
I've never been a person who, if I say that I'm going to do something, even if it's to my detriment, if I've given that word, I stick with that. And to me, marriage is something that's serious because I was raised by my parents who were married until all of us graduated high school and were in college. So I didn't know how to date. I only knew I was raised by a wife to be a wife. So I didn't know anything outside of that. So yeah, I married someone and I stuck to my vows. There's not much more to that.
So I hear you. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say it. I don't normally talk about religion because I know religion is such a sticky subject.
Hmm.
Um, I know politics is a sticky subject. So those two, I would say, more emotional. Like I do
Right.
respect people's religious beliefs, even if I disagree with them. I do respect, but I think I need to say this because I hear this stated often at times when people have
Hmm.
religious beliefs and they say, "This is the vow that I made." God does not sign you up for pain. Okay, God is not
Correct. I
signing. Hold
signed
on.
myself up.
Right. So God is not signing you up for pain. God is not signing you up to put your life in danger. You're a
Hmm.
mother. God is not signing you up to put your children's life in danger.
Don't do that, right? I mean, Kendra G doesn't really, like she said, she doesn't really know God. You can't predict because you're saying God don't sign you for pain, but you don't know what God's path is, right? You don't know what's God's reasoning is. I mean, there's some people that you know what you have to go through pain to maybe reach a path that God had intended for you. So please, this is where like if you don't talk about religion or you're not religious, don't try to interpret you know uh things that you really don't know. Right? I'm not. I mean, like I try my best because I don't know it. I try my best not to interpret it, things but God. But I mean, like I what I've heard is counterproductive or counter to what she just said because you can't predict what God has planned for you. Okay, you can't predict what God has planned for you. So you saying God doesn't want you in pain. Well, what if hypothetically he wants you to suffer so you can get to a point where you know what you are enlightened or whatever, right? Something a different kind of ending, right? So you go through a lot of suffering to end up in a spot that you know what that's where God meant you to go, right? I mean, like you can counter with the shit she just said.
So don't manipulate religion to keep you in a dangerous situation ever.
I don't know if
So
you're
if
hearing me
you
though,
got,
Kendra, because that's not what I
but I
said.
want to say this because this is not really directly to you. This is
Yeah.
for a person
Okay.
watching. So if you are married and your life is in danger, don't feel like I can't get a divorce because God's gonna get disappointed. No, God does not want you to stay married to a person that could harm your entire life and from your life to your kids' life to somebody else's life. And you learn that, oh, I'm going to die in this marriage, get the hell out. God going to
Right.
forgive you.
Right. And that's why I was very specific when I said I didn't stay in my marriage for religion. I was young and at the time, so I didn't know anything about that. The reason why I stayed in my marriage because I made that promise to him that it had nothing to do with religion. Me getting married had something to do with religion, but me staying married had something to do with that was my vow. And I'm a very straightforward, honest person. I've always felt like if I did it, who gonna religion? But I stayed married because I made the promise to stick it out through thick and thin.
I get that, but how we got here is, and again, it's your life, so I'm not going to
Hmm.
challenge you on this. But
Hmm.
essentially, how we got into this whole long dissertation is because you said you wouldn't marry a divorced man.
Correct.
So according to you, a divorced man is scarred or whatever. It couldn't be your husband, and that's fair. I'm not going to
No,
challenge
that's
you.
not what I said.
Okay, I think okay then. Okay, I don't,
So I
but
wouldn't
shortly,
marry. Yeah, yeah,
shortly
yeah.
explain to me that part.
Because you're still spiritually married. Now, being unsafe and your life being in danger, there are scriptures that speak on you can divorce on that. So that's not why I stayed married. Why I won't marry a divorced man is, as I said, a lot of people state we grew apart. There's no growing apart from me. And that's just period. That's why I want a disciplined man because we both are going to grow as individuals,
But
period. A
what
lot
if
of people forget
but
that
see
when
you
they
got
get married, they are still individuals. And so they expect that when they get married, they're supposed to grow the same at the same rate all the time. And you hear so many people say, well, we grew apart. There's no growing apart from me. It's us figuring this out.
I do agree with her, right? I agree with her that part, so I give her credit. I agree with her there. I 100% agree with her what she just said. So yeah,
And I need someone with that same mentality. Now, unless there's cheating or abuse and things like that, that's of course. And as I stated, also a divorced man is not disqualified, but it's not my preference. Then there would have to be details into that because also if you have a pattern of cheating on your wife, why would I marry you?
okay, yeah, those things are fair, but let me just
That's the
jump
only
in.
thing
And
I'm
then
talking about.
right, but you said there's no growing apart. So you would rather because I mean, you learned very early on that
Kendra's projecting that part. She grows apart from her partners.
you was married to a man that you probably shouldn't have been married to,
Mm-hmm.
but you were gonna just stay in that marriage because those were the vows that you made.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't recommend that to a person. Like, I wouldn't recommend a person signing up the rest of their life of unhappiness in whatever way in order to, because you're not really honoring the Bible because you're not even happy. So you're not happy.
Mm-hmm.
So you're
Does the Bible talk about happiness? I mean, like, I don't know what she's talking about.
spinning you're bitter, you're mad, you're mean, you're not showing up for this person, you don't really want to be in it, but it's like, what's the point of being here if you don't want to be here, right?
But
You're
nowhere
here.
in the scripture, nowhere in the Bible does it say marriage is supposed to be happy
No, but
100% of
hold
the
on,
time. That's
but the
not
point I'm making
realistic.
is something you said earlier is you got married and you knew at a young age it wasn't right for you. So
Hmm.
according to you, if a person came to your aha moment after they got married, like, this marriage isn't right for me, you would recommend them to still stay in that marriage.
I'm 38, not 19. So I would prefer a man that's over 40. So if you're coming to your aha moment after 40, after children, after 10, 15 years of marriage, you're not the man for me. For someone you might be, but for me, no.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'm not gonna. Like I said earlier,
When I'm a
religion and
child, I do as a child. But when I'm an adult, I am an adult. Like I'm not a child anymore.
as I said, let me finish this. I'm not gonna. I appreciate the dialogue. I appreciate you
Mhm.
being transparent. I'll move it right along because one thing, like I said earlier, religion is one of those things that I have learned that, and I have no desire to even try to convince you otherwise. It was more so getting the insight. We clearly have a difference of opinion on things, and
Mhm.
that's fine
That's
too. So
okay.
that's the biggest deal in the world. Okay,
Right.
so we got that preference. Child, we still on the first two questions. Anything else you want, girl?
No, just a disciplined man and
Okay.
a man who answers to God.
And what's deal breakers?
That's but the you know what? It's like I agree with her with the whole growing apart thing. I think that's stupid. But I mean, like, my problem is like a lot of these women that, again, like born again or answer to God. It's like, you I don't know. Sometimes I feel like a lot of these women don't really live by it. But I mean, we'll see. Right? They don't respect the men, like the head of a household, or they're not, submissive or whatever. They're not traditional in that sense. But I'm not saying this about her because I'm not necessarily getting that feeling that she is. But
Deal breakers are an unclean man, um, a whiny man, and an argumentative man.
Okay. Should he look a certain way?
No, I've never really had a preference.
Okay. Should he make a certain amount of money?
No.
that's kind of this is the thing where so she's like she's 38 and not a preference on looks or money. It's it's like that. See, that's like this is why I question a lot of things what women say. Right? What women say and what they do could be totally opposite. Because she's 38. She doesn't care about how the man looks. She doesn't care about his money, and yet you're still single. I don't know what. Yes.
Okay. Let's do the Kendra Cam.
Okay. Oh, okay. 1 second. Um, dress up a little bit.
Okay, it's a nice outfit. You look cute.
Thank you.
That's
Well,
why you're
thank
going
you.
out.
Thank
She's
you.
going to
Thank you.
trap
Thank you. Oh,
karaoke.
sorry. Yes.
You look cute. I like your
I
outfit.
have shorts on.
I like your outfit. When was your last relationship?
Oh, 2016.
Okay. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. Was the last time you was intimate with someone?
2016. Damn, 9 years you haven't been in a relationship. She's not bad looking. She's not bad looking, but it's like you haven't been in a relationship for 9 years. Like, seriously, like, why waste? Like, this is my problem with so many women. You waste time It's like you think you have endless amount of times. You haven't been in a relationship for that long.
It's been a minute. I also practice abstinence. That's also very important to me.
Okay.
Yes.
So are you waiting till you get married?
That is preferred. That is yes. Yes, absolutely I am.
I'm about to say, girl, the way
Yes.
you ride for the
Because
Bible, girl.
I was about to say because and that I guess I should have announced that earlier. Yes, that is not just a preference, but also that is an what do you call it, a non-negotiable for me, because I do want to be courted. I don't date, which is why I've been single since 2016. I don't date. I would prefer to be courted.
I'm sorry, and this is my thing, right? I'm not saying that she herself doesn't deserve to be courted, but I'm sorry, very few women. And I'm not saying that her, right? But very few women qualify for courting. Very few women in the West qualify for courting. Okay, this woman is. I mean, again, she's not a baby mom. She's a divorce. I mean, she's a widow with a child. You are. Yeah, very few women qualify for courting. She's a widow with a child. I mean, it's like she's. I don't know. I just a lot of women. A lot of these women got to understand that, like, I'm not saying it's impossible. She's not bad looking, right? She's not bad looking, but I mean, I think it's an uphill battle.
By someone, because I was raised by a wife to be a wife. I don't know how to date. I have so many people that tell me all the time, you should date multiple men and may the best man win. Although that sounds good in theory, I don't know how to do that. So I would prefer to be
Well,
courted.
let me tell you how that's done. I think sometimes
I don't
dating.
have a desire either.
So, what do you have a desire with doing with me tonight?
To find someone who's ready to court someone, not
That would
date.
be but that would be dating.
Negative. They're definitely two different things.
Okay, explain to us.
Courting is when you're ready for marriage. Like the gentleman previous to me, he stated that he wants about 3 years to get himself together and then he would like to get married. I want someone who's at the end of that 3 years and ready to find a wife and is courting and is intentional about that.
Okay.
Zyrax, what is up, my sister? Hey, I wanted to say this, right? We didn't get to talk about this enough. I want me and you, right? I want me and you to do a let me pause this for a bit. Zyrax, I want me and you, right? Wednesday. You're free Wednesday? I want us to do a debate on the whole, because we didn't get much to talk about it. We didn't get to talk about it much, right? How I believe, right? Like the prompt was on that day, I believe Democrats and liberals hate America. Right? I believe Democrats and liberals hate America, and I believe we should talk about it. So we didn't get a good conversation between me and you, right? So if you're down, I wish you could come on and we could debate about it, right? Have a conversation or debate, right? I would love for us to talk. So if you're free Wednesday, come up and let's debate on that, and we could probably find some other topics to talk about as well. What do you think? If you're free, right? If you're down, I would love to actually have a conversation with you on that. Because like I said, I'm not saying all, but I believe, if not the majority, right? Same time, right? Same time. I think probably around 8:30 to 9. Right? If you're free, 8:30 to 9, 8:30 or 9. We'll start around that. Yeah, because I think it'll be fun. I think it was fun. We didn't get to talk about it. We didn't get to flesh it out. But if you do it, I think it'll be fun. So if you're down.
Okay, but wouldn't courting being like you guys have to go out and have a conversation and
Absolutely.
maybe a meal could be included?
Right. But I'm also a true believer that I would like to marry someone who is either my best friend or on right there on the road to becoming my best friend. I'm not going to date you. We can become friends because the basis of any relationship, whether it's girlfriends, relationships, homeboys, is respect. And without that friendship level, that respect when times get hard is going to be out the window. So no, I'm not going to date you, but we can court.
Wait, so I have a problem with that. So you want friendship, but you said courting. Are you going to go 50-50 in this friendship? Right? You want to get to know somebody, right? This is the problem I have with a lot of these women. You want to court, but you still want to go on what? Dinners and stuff like that? I mean, it's like, are you just going to go to the park, hang out in the park, walk around? I mean, like, get a coffee, talk on the phone, FaceTime. I mean, it's like courting is what? Taking you out to dinners and stuff? I mean, like, that's still dating, right? But now you're saying that's friendship to get to know each other. And it's like, yes, okay, I'm down. 8:00. I mean, 9:00. 9:00. Yes, 9:00. That is good. Well, I'll see you then. I definitely want to talk about it. Definitely want to talk about it.
So they said court is different from dating. So it seems like intentions is what we're talking about.
Yes,
Because
ma'am.
I feel like the activity of dating just means collecting data, right? So dating
Hmm.
could be as simple as going for coffee and having a conversation. Like, it's not like you're having sex. You have to, at some point in time, there has to be a conversation. You have to discover each other. So you could call it courting, okay? But the courting could be the first one time only, and like, oh, I'm courting you, but in this one time of us over coffee, I learned I don't want to court you no more.
No, ma'am, that's not what courting is. A friendship must be had, and then once you realize, like, okay, this is my friend, but I could see myself with them. Now you announce, I would like to court you, and
Okay, so
there's
he
a
has to be, so he'll become your friend first.
absolutely,
So what do you
yeah,
guys, so what do you guys do as friends? Do you ever go out to eat?
yeah, the same things I would do with my girlfriends. We can go
Okay,
out to
so
eat. We can go to
I think that it's semantics at this moment, because what you are calling courting, I'm still gonna call dating, because the whole thing of dating is you sit down and you have a meal and you have a conversation, right? And in that
no.
conversation,
That's not courting, right? I mean, like, that's not courtship, right? That's her own definition. Well, I guess. Well, you know what? No, no. I mean, I guess there is friendships to courting too. Yeah. Okay. I mean, no, no. I'm reading it more. Later down the line, it says, starting as friends. Okay. But then friendship, then it has to be an equal thing if it's friendship, right? So if she's fine with, splitting the bills, I was too confused. No, I mean, no, it is courtship. I mean, it just says, courtship typically involves stage progression, which is, I don't know, isn't it everything? Starting as friends and moving to formal courtship and emphasize family involvement, respectful boundaries. I mean, it still sounds like dating to me. Is it right? I thought, like, it's not friendships, right? It's already intention, right? But is she courting? I mean, like, it's like, okay, you know what? Let's do this, right? Courtship is a purposeful, often formal process aimed at discerning marriage with family involvement, while dating is generally a more casual, recreational, and uncommitted way to explore romantic interests. Okay, I mean, I can get that. I understand that. Right? So she wants it. I guess she wants more, less casual, less recreational, less. She wants more commitment.
What is the difference, girl? You just want to be right? Like, what's really the difference?
No, they're telling you in the comments, Miss Kendra, that there's a difference, and the man that is for me will understand what that means. However, I will explain it. That dating is when we get together, it's with. You belong to me immediately. I don't want you to see anybody else. And
That's
I'm
not
not
dating.
saying,
See, I don't
I'm
see.
not
This is
saying,
where I don't.
I
Hold
didn't
on,
get to
hold on,
finish
hold
my
on, hold on, hold
statement.
on, hold on, hold on, hold on. And now I'm gonna talk. I don't consider that dating. That's exclusive dating where you're like you're not seeing anybody else. I'm not. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm
That's not
literally
what I
talking
didn't get to
about.
finish my
Don't cut me
sentence.
off when I'm talking. I'm gonna give you the same respect. Now, as I was saying, we could call it semantics, but
Hmm.
dating is that what you just described is exclusive dating. I'm not talking about that because you can't make no exclusive claims, but at some point in time, you have to get to know a person. So you're calling it courting. The way I'm looking at it is literally the same thing. You have to, at some point in time, be around this person and see if there's anything in common. And that could take one time, or it could take two times. You can learn in the first time, like, I don't want to talk to this person ever again.
May I finish my statement? What I was saying is, when you get to what I'm saying is, when two people who are going out and at the intentions of dating one another, now someone can say to me, which is what I was trying to say. Someone can say to me, I know we're not together yet, but I don't want you to see anyone else. Let's just see each other and figure out if we're going to date, which leads to usually a situationship. Now, whether we do not date someone else, that doesn't matter. I'm talking about the emotion, the intent behind that person. I don't want that man who's going to try to claim ownership on me
That's
because
called
I'm pretty.
exclusive dating.
That's not what I said, Miss
That's
Kendra.
what you said. No, you
That's
said
not what
no.
I
What you
said.
described, no. What you described is someone saying to you, I don't want you to see somebody else. That's called exclusive dating. I'm not talking about that. I don't
Just
recommend
because
that
they said
either.
it doesn't mean that that's what it is. I'm talking about them saying it. I'm only talking about the statement. I'm not saying that I agree to this. But
So she's all talking about the intention, right? So she want a man that's intentional, a man that's not just saying it, it's acting, right? It's like it's just how it's more about action, less about talk. Okay, I get that.
I'm saying someone who immediately takes ownership over me. Immediately, I hope that you wouldn't see nobody else. I know we're just getting to know each other, but let's just see where this goes. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a friend. The same things I would do with my homegirls. Let's be friends first. Let's see if the common, our morals, our principles, everything on the basic level match up. And then we can go on to talking about, then when you say to me, I don't want to hear in the first time we get together or the second time we get together, I want to marry you. I'm interested in you, because we're going to be very honest and real, which I'm sure a lot of women can attest to. If a man finds a woman and takes a woman out that they really like, who's beautiful, smells good, got her stuff together, they're immediately like, I want you to be mine. I don't want that. I need to know that you have discipline enough to.
Is dating exclusive? Yeah. Yeah, it's the effort, right? I mean, like you gotta courting is like probably taking it a little bit more intentional, right? So you're taking time where getting to know the person is probably more important.
Get to know who I am first, because I could be putting on a face that don't say that to me. I'm not talking about me agreeing to it. I'm talking about don't say it to me. Get to know me as my friend first. And then then we'll go from there. And after your consistency, then you're like, hey, you know what? I do want to court you. I've gotten to know you as a friend, and I appreciate what you have to offer. I would like to court you. Then I'm like, okay, that doesn't mean we're together. Courtship doesn't mean we're together. It means that now we have a direction in which we're going, but we're not together until we're married. I'm single until I'm married.
Sing until you're married. Yeah, this is the thing where I mean, this is why, in my opinion, courtship has died. Right? This is, in my opinion, why courtship has died, because this is it's that mentality she just had. Right? I'm single until I'm married. A lot of women are having that kind of mentality. I'm single until I'm married. Right? Skip relationships, skip I don't know, dating. It's just friendships and then marriage. A lot of this is the problem with a lot of times, because honestly, let's say this, right? How men are weary about it. weary about this whole courtship and single into a marriage is that guess what? 70% of 70% of divorces are filed by women, right? 60 to 70%. Okay. What man wants to deal with that shit? What man is going to deal with that? All right. Highly educated women actually divorce more often than, less educated women. So really, it's like, again, there. Plus, she's like, no sex until marriage. It's just, to be honest, this mindset is better off for the young, right? This mindset is better off for the young. This is why a lot of people just don't want to do this, don't want to deal with this. Yeah, now courtship is, I think people don't even do courtship, in my opinion, right? I don't think people even do courtship, in my opinion. I think people do now dating and situationships, right? Situationships, hookups. I don't think courtship, because in my opinion, men don't see the value in courtship anymore, right? Because honestly, what are you courting, right? I mean, the value isn't there. These are not, this is the problem that men see. This is the problem that a lot of men see. You want traditional, habits or whatever, but you're not traditional yourself, right? You're not a traditional person. You are an older woman, a widow with a child. You're not really traditional yourself. In the sense that, you know what? You're both not the first, and it's just the investment, right? It's not worthwhile.
Period.
Okay, so I hear you. I agree. What you describe, I also consider that dating. So I don't. So that's
Understand.
why I said it could be semantics, because I'm not saying, I've said on the show 10,000 times you should not have sex. Now you're saying to marriage, and that's fair. I say into a committed relationship, so that's the difference. But I respect your goal to marriage. But what you consider as in courting, getting out, I consider that dating. So that's why I said it's just semantics. You're calling it courting, I call it dating. And it's you're getting
I
to know the
understand that.
person, and you're getting to see whether or not you want to go further with them or not. So so you've been single for 10 years.
Yes, correct.
So have you gone out on like a dinner date with a man in
Yeah,
10
of
years?
course. Yeah, of course.
And what was
For
that? And that was considered what to you?
just
Nothing? You wouldn't give a title?
we just went out on a date, and usually I'm a pretty good judge of character, so I can
So you
see
went out
like
on
it.
a
Yeah, of course I've been out. Someone invited me. Okay, I'm using the word date because we're not going to agree on that. So I will use
no, you
the
can
word.
call it no. I
Okay,
didn't you
well,
say what you're gonna
no.
say. You said date.
I've been out with someone I was trying to get to know. Yes,
Yeah, and you
correct.
called it
And the
dating.
man that's for me, because I'm not
And you would call
trying
it
to, I don't
dating,
know how
just
to,
FYI.
right, because we keep disagreeing on that, and that's what's keeping us
No, because
here.
you naturally called it dating, because that's just what it was. Girl, it's
Oh,
okay.
because
Like
if when I'm
it's not a
talking, I
hard
don't want to
thing.
argue with
Like
you.
we're
Kendra.
really arguing if a guy says, hey, I think you're dope. Would you like to go have pizza? So
And I doubt she did. I doubt she paid half.
so he's like, I would like to have pizza with you. Is that a no?
That I wish Kendra would ask instead of like going on her tirade.
No, but it's also not a date unless we put it on a date. But the man that I'm looking for will understand what I'm saying.
It's been 10 years, girl. 10 years. You're 40. You're what, 38? What are you going to wait another 10 years? I mean, like, this is the problem I have, right? It's the delusion that a lot of women have. The man that I want will understand it. Okay, where is he? It's been 10 years. You're 38. You're going to wait another 10 years to see if the man you want is there? I mean, it's like, sometimes this is the problem with a lot of women. They live in their own little bubble, right? A lot of these women live in their own little bubble. And she's holding fine. I mean, like, she's doing her thing, right? I mean, 10 years. I mean, like, she's doing her thing. It's just, again, as long as she's fine with the trajectory of her life, then okay, it is what it is. But a lot of times it's like, Okay, do you not think that what you're doing is not giving you the results that you want? Unless this is a result you want. Seems like it's not.
A man or a
Okay.
man who understands what I'm treat me. Um, and because I'll always find a way to see the light in it. And I mean, not the light in it, but find the light in my life to block that out. I have to start really speaking.
I try not to do that, right? Yeah, I do agree. I think most of us live in our own little bubbles. But I think it's unhealthy. Yeah, like Steve says, it is not healthy. I don't think it's healthy, right? It took me a while. I agree, right? It took me a while to burst my own bubble and try to live in reality and more, not be delusional. So because it's 10 years, she should open wide. No, but I mean, like, she's like, what is that, right? Because it's been 10 years, she should open wide for any guy that shows a bit of interest. What are you saying? No, I didn't say she should open wide for any guy to show interest. I'm more saying that, like, what is the results that she wants, right? Because it's been 10 years. Has she got the results that she wants? Because maybe, right, the what she wants isn't feasible, right? Now, if she's fine, this is a problem I have, right? A lot of times these women are unhappy with their life, right? It's like, there's no good men out there, right? That happens a lot, right? Women say that, there's no good men out there. Well, then check yourself. That's the problem I have. Now, if you are like, fine, if I can't find the man that I want, I'm perfectly fine, right? Okay, no gripe there. I wouldn't say anything. Like, if she's perfectly fine with the life she has, if it turns out that she can't find the man that she deserves, that she wants, okay, no problem to it, right? Because that is accountability, right? It's accountability. It's like where you understand that, okay, my standards are this. I can't get it. I can't get the man of my standards. Then okay, my life it is what it is. Now, there's other women, and I'm not necessarily saying her, but there's other women that said, my standards are this, and you know what? There's no good men out there. Men are terrible. You know what? Men are this, men are that, right? Instead of reflecting that, you know what? My standards are high, and I know I can't find the man that I want. So I'm fine with the life I have. While some women say, like, you know what? My standards are high. All these men suck. All these men are, you know what? There's no good men out there anymore, right? And then blame outside, right? Blame men for it. That is my thing, right? That is the general, case where instead of taking the reflection inside that, you know what? It is your standard, which is fine to have, but a lot of times women don't realize your standards is what's keeping you single, not men, right? It's not men's issues. It's yours. So you have a certain standard. That is what keeping you single, because obviously 10 years now, you couldn't lower it. I mean, that's the thing where I question a lot of times, right? So here's a woman that says, okay, she has this. She doesn't care about a man's look. She doesn't care about a man's money. All she cares about is, I guess, intent and him being religious. But it's like, is it true? Is it actually true? Because a lot of women are disingenuous. So a lot of times women say that they lower their standards, but do they really? They haven't really lowered their standards, okay? Because they change it like, oh, you know what? I used to want a man that's 6'2". Now I'm fine with a man that's 5'10". Your standards are not really that low, right? Hasn't low that much. That's why it's like I question how women lower their standards. I think this is like, for me, it's not lowering their standards. For me, it's like, what's more important, right? I don't saying, oh, you should lower your standards. I think it's ridiculous. I say you should make your standards to what is actually important, right? If what's important to her is a man that's religious, that's highly religious, okay, then other shit should go to the wayside, right? How he looks, how tall he is, if he's fat, if he's skinny, how much money he makes. As long as he's hyper religious, that's the important thing. That should be the thing. That should be the key factor. And is that still making dating hard for you? If that's still making dating hard for you, then you got to realize that at the end of the day, it's on you, right? if I say here like, oh my God, I want a woman that is like a 10, right? 10 in beauty scale. And I can't find a woman that's 10 in beauty scale. And I'm out here saying like, oh my God, what's up with all these women? Why they're so, why is there no 10 that wants me? Well, then that's me projecting that, you know what, my unrealistic standards onto the world. I was like, you know what, I want a 10. I can't get a 10. I don't qualify for a 10 because a lot of these women don't realize that maybe they don't qualify for the men that they want, right? So that's the thing where it's more about realization, right? That's why you burst the bubble. You burst the bubble. Do you qualify for the men that you want? Are you attracting the men that you want? A lot of times they're not. But yeah, see, you know what? This is why I wanted to talk to Zyrax, right? Where we can initially disagree, but having a conversation, we can sometimes, even if we come to agree or disagree, we can maybe find a common ground. Alan, sometimes, I mean, he can, sometimes we can find a common ground, right? But a lot of times he likes to argue's sake, right? Alan likes to argue for argue's sake. So the guy can be very pig-headed. Even though you're his biggest fan, he can be very pig-headed. So that's why I wanted to talk to you, see if I could change your mind.
Out for myself. Also, I would like to be more disciplined. At one time, I was on a plant-based diet. And then when I adopted my daughter, because she was used to eating like chicken nuggets and things like that, I incorporated meat back in before switching her to my household diet. And I just went all the way off the rail. I would like to get back to my healthy eating habits. And also, um, I'm really quick to cut someone off if I see that I don't have the patience for it. Not right now, honey. Oh, my truck's on. Yeah, because I'm about to leave. Thank you. Yeah. So,
And lack of patience. She doesn't have patience. I don't really like dealing with women that has no patience.
I also have low patience for ignorance. Like, I will just completely block a person immediately without explanation, and I need to be more.
It kind of sounds like she has an attitude. It kind of sounds she has an attitude problem. I mean, I'm not saying that she has an attitude, but kind of sounds like, in relationship wise, she might have an attitude.
A little more graceful in that regard.
And why would
You know what, Zyrax? I'm super glad I found you too, right? I like to have someone who, you know what, we're not on the same, we're not, we come at different different places, but we may be able to find common ground, right? I love that. I agree. Red Door, I agree. Alan doesn't know how to listen. In my culture, it is very disrespectful to interrupt an elder. I agree. Alan doesn't really know how to listen, right? He loves to hear himself speak. I agree with that. The guy loves to hear himself speak.
a guy be lucky to be with you?
Because
Oh,
I
your
am
phone?
a very
We have, wait,
disciplined
hold on. The
woman.
audio went
My
out.
track
Hold on, hold on,
record,
hold
and
on.
if you
Hold
ask,
on. Wait.
enjoy learning every day. I'm a huge reader and researcher. But I have a lot to teach, not teach, but I have a lot to bring to the table when it comes to conversation, when it comes to deep conversations that mean something. I'm a submissive woman. I don't wear it like a coat and take it on or off depending on the man. I just make wiser decisions in the man that I do allow in my life because I am a submissive woman. I'm very much, without being licensed, a chef. I'm a kind woman. It takes a lot to make me upset, although it takes me a little for me to get you out of my way to not upset me. It takes a lot for me to become angry. I'm not a angry woman. And I really do bring a lot to a man. And I'm not talking about degrees or financial or anything.
This is what I have a problem with, right? Because again, I mean, I'm not the one who asking her questions, which this is why I don't really like Kendra G's show, because I don't think she asks good questions. Because here's my thing, okay? You bring so much to a man, yet you can't find a man. So it begs to differ is that you got to realize that why are you so perfect yet no man has want you, right? Or the men that you want, or the men that wanted you don't want none of them. So are you not you're not able to attract the men that you want? So I've said this before, right? Another red flag that a lot of women have is that they attract men they don't want, right? So at the end of the day, that means you can't attract men you want, and you can't keep men you want. So that is also another red flag that a lot of these women have. You can't get the man you want. So essentially you just don't qualify for the men you want. You know, and that's I think a big red flag for a lot of these women because they're hard to deal with, right? Who's to say that you're the man that she wants? So that's why a lot of men gotta realize to go about this is like, you know what, maybe, she's not right for this. Later, Dizzy, see you, my sister.
Like that. I'm talking about could teach you things. I'm very nurturing. I'm very I have the availability to fit in, to get in where I fit in. And anything in my entire life, anyone will tell you, anything that I've touched, I've been able to make it grow and multiply. From being a cosmetologist and a business owner, retired business owner, anything that I've touched has grown. So yes.
Someone said, Kendra, say the word dating and watch how she gets upset.
And I don't know. I kind of find a little bit ego in it, saying everything she touches, I don't know. I just because sometimes you gotta, understand the subtle cues or, the certain types of personality because you could see why, right? Why she's had the trouble she's had, why she's, the difficulty she's had in dating, or if she could find the man she wants or not. I kind of find like women like this, you dissect and you can see why, you know what, you will have trouble in finding the man that you want. Because I don't know, maybe the man that you want could be probably older than her. She's definitely has an ego, right? Bragging about herself.
No, I was getting upset that we wouldn't move on because I'm here to
Girl, we
find the
gonna move
man that
on
knows
real
what I'm
quick.
talking
Now,
about.
let me tell you something. I'm trying to be
I
respectful.
hear you.
You don't control the pace of my
Same.
show. I do. Now you can
Not at all.
you can disconnect whenever you want to, but
Correct.
I'm trying to be as gracious as possible. But you're not gonna say you irritated or moving on or anything. What you can move on is disconnect.
Correct. Which is why I haven't, because they
Well,
made the
and then
comment,
that's
and
what
so
it
I'm
was.
responding
So
to the
you ain't
comment.
so
Correct.
Then Kendra's a little peeve. 2 episodes where Kendra is a bit peeved at the guess. I think that's it. I don't know what you guys think. She's not terrible, right? She's not ratchet or really terrible. I kind of just feel like this is something that, and I think she's a perfect example of what a lot of women in today, right? A lot of single women are suffering from. They're not terrible women, right? They're not terrible women, but they're still not good investments, right? So this woman requires friendship, which is fine, right? Being friends, that's great. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. But I do question because this is the problem with Kendra. I wish she said, okay, this friendship, do you go 50-50? Right? If it's friendship, right? It's not a date, it's friendship. You're getting to know each other. Are you paying 50-50, right? Is it he paying his, you're paying yours? Is that? If she said no, you could see where the discrepancy would be, right? So, friendship is cool, but a lot of these women, like, they're egotistical. They think that, oh, okay, well, we still want to be friends, but you should still pay for my meal, the dinner. Then it's like, that I can see the ego in there. You do see a little bit of hubris, right? She is like, everything I touch, it's gold and shit like that. It's like, okay. So dissecting her personality a little bit, right? Seeing why she could fail at, right? She is I think she's expectant, right? I think she is expectant. Seeing a business owner, I doubt she's dating someone who makes average money. That's why I said It's very doubtful, right? I definitely went 50-50 back in the dating age. I mean, this is the thing where Zyrex, I mean, like, you are definitely more liberal in that sense, and I'll give you credit for that, right? But again, you are a rare woman. I'll give you that too. I'll compliment you. You are a rare woman. You're not the majority, right? In that mindset, right? Women like this who said, "Oh, I want friendship," but they don't understand that friendship, right? Friendship is not a man paying for the whole thing. That's not friendship. So that's one thing. And I'm not saying she is. I'm just saying that I wish Kendra would dig better, but she doesn't. So, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, what do you guys think about the personality? What do you think about her? I just think that she will have a difficult time. She says she dates 40, but I mean, like, I kind of feel like she's better off with dating, closer to 50. That might be helpful because the older women date, the better. I mean, the easier it will get for dating because you're dating someone not too far off. I don't know if he would deal with your. I think she's unruly, right? I don't know. I don't get a submissive attitude from her, right? I don't necessarily get. I mean, I'm not getting extremely combative. She's a little bit, right? But I mean, I'm not getting extremely combative personality from her. But I mean, like a little bit of sass. So I just don't get a submissive personality from her. And then the whole no sex until marriage. I don't disagree to that, but in today's day and age, that's not highly desirable, right? That's not highly desirable, particularly for women that she already has a kid. She's 38. What 40-year-old man is gonna like? Okay, I'm waiting until marriage with you, which is also a lot of women don't realize how long is that taking, right? And she said, like, I'm single until marriage. So if you're single until marriage, could he go date and just still be your friend? I'm doubting that too, right? Because I'm doubting that, okay, while he's being her friend, right? He's dating other women, but he's being her friend until when would that change for him, right? With you and him, this friendship, right? She said, you are. So is he able to have sex with other women while he's being your friend? Again, I think that's a little bit. I'm doubtful with that too, right? I'm doubtful with her being okay with that too. So that's the problem I have with a lot of these things, right? Like she said, single until marriage. So he's also single until marriage. Guess what? When men do when they're single, they're going over do other shit. Yo, organic, what is up? Zyrex, thank you. Right? See, we see eye to eye. We see eye to eye. What do you guys think about that? See, this is the thing, girl. You know what? I'm a good judging character, right? I'm a pretty badass judging character, right? That's why I see you as amazing, right? I see you as an amazing girl. So I'm pretty good at judging character, right? You know what? When I was in college, I love people watching, right? I love people watching because sometimes I dissect how people are, right? I love intellectual conversations. I love talking to people because it's how I start understanding people. That's one of the things why I like doing this is like I like to get to understand people. Ah, okay. Organic is watching it. Yeah, Zyrex, seriously, girl, I love you. I love you. You know, we're fam. We're family now. Ah, okay. Definitely check out the link for the beat. Right. I love it, guys. That is it for tonight. Right. That is it for tonight. Um, I probably will stream tomorrow. If I'm not streaming with a friend tomorrow, I'm probably going to stream a game. I'm trying to get into, game streaming too. I want to do a little bit of different kind of content, right? But definitely probably going to do that tomorrow. Zyrex, Wednesday, me and you, right? Me and you, we're going to debate a bit, right? I definitely want to talk about it. Bro, I mean, Organic. I know. No, I love you too. You're good in my book. Organic. You know what? I'll stay for a little bit with you. Yes, Wednesday. Bro, you should have came here longer. You should have came here earlier. But let's see. Let me do for you, right? For you, my brother. I'll stay here a little bit longer, right? I'll do a couple more videos and then we're done, right? I'm gonna do a couple more videos and then we're good. So for you, all right, I'm gonna do this for you. Let's do a couple more TikTok videos and then I'm done, okay? Then I'll be outie. I'm gonna do a couple more TikTok. Give me a little bit. I want to do. I want to check out a few TikTok videos that I wanted to react to. I hope you're doing well, my brother. I hope you're doing well.
I'm 24. I've never.
All right, let's do some TikTok videos. Hey, that's not bad, right? I'll go with the flow too, right? I'll go where, life takes me. All right? I'll go with the flow as well. All right, let's do some TikTok videos. I have a few clips. I'm gonna react to these videos and then we're good. Thank you, Red Door. Thank you, my sister. I love that, right? I think it's fun being intuitive, right? I think it's fun, just understanding people, dissecting people a bit. I think it's fun. That's why, you know what? I love it. The behavioral science degree you said you have. I think that I love that, right? I always love the human mind, right? The human behavior. I love that, right? I always love how human beings think and act. I always love that, right? That's why I kind of enjoy doing the reaction stuff, because it's just like just understanding people, how they talk, how they act, how the life they've had, stuff like that. I always like doing that. All right. Let's check out some clips, right? Let's check out some clips. Let's check out some TikTok clips.
Give me some money.
Give you some money? Why you got your hand out? You need to put your hand, get that out my face.
Give me some, what's the point? You out here with jewelry on, you out here in a Corvette, like what's the point of showing it if you ain't throwing it?
What's the point of showing it if I ain't throwing it?
Yeah, literally.
This is for my satisfaction. I work hard for my money.
Well, satisfy me.
Let me. What do you do for a living? That's what I'm trying to figure out. You want niggas to spend it on you, but what do you do for yourself?
They spend it on me. I don't
That's
have
your
to
job.
do anything.
That's your job. They spend it on you?
Full time, actually.
Full time. So you a prostitute?
No, not at all.
So what the fuck they spending it for? Throw the application in the trash because I don't want to fucking start. You know what you are? Please.
What am I? A bad bitch.
This is what I have, right? Like these women that like, what makes you a bad bitch? Because men spend money on you? Great. Because they just want to have sex with you. They want to use your body. Great. That makes you a bad bitch because they want to use you. You have nothing to show for it, right? What do you have to show for it? Like, men have spent money on you. They left, pump and dump. Men don't have a problem giving women money if they can use your body. So really, essentially, a prostitute, right? Men don't have a problem with it. But could you get commitment from any of these men? Obviously, you can't. Because you're here begging for money from another man.
A bad bitch and a bad bitch.
You're a motherfucking gold digger. Top your rabbit ass out my motherfucking car because
Well,
I'm
all
not
right.
f***ing with you.
All right, you can shut the
You
fuck
think
up
I'm
with
a
all that
trick?
bullshit. All you is tricks, to be
I'm
honest.
not no
Let's be
trick.
real. But I don't even want. I wasn't even trying to f with you or this raggedy ass motherfucker.
All right, well, go ahead and get the step.
Bad bitch with like a double chin.
You little
Yeah, I'm
boy.
long on the street, so go ahead and walk. Motherfucking ultra gold digger. She need to take her fat ass to goddamn Subway so she could lose some weight and eat healthy. I need to disinfect my seats because she's ridiculous, man.
Give me some money.
Yeah, I mean, like seriously, women being a bad B is just ridiculous. They're just essentially saying, "Oh, I'm a bad B because what? Men? Because men will drop money on you, so they could use your body." Yeah, that's great. That makes you a bad B. And this is why, again, like I said, women are just terrible investments. Modern day women, right? A lot of women today are just terrible investments. All right, let's check this one out.
I'm 24. I've never been in a relationship before. And if you're going to tell me to get a fucking makeover, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. What do I look like changing myself for a fucking man? Do you think I wake up every day like, might as well get dressed and see if a man will like me today. Maybe I'll change my hair and maybe, just maybe, a man will finally fucking like me today. Do I look fucking dumb? And on that fucking note, actually, do you think, maybe you're just not feminine enough? Maybe you're too fucking aggressive? And do you want me to sit here and be demure and just like bring myself down just so a fucking man will like me? I'd rather be alone for the rest of my goddamn life than perform for men. Than to wake up every day thinking about what will attract a man. What can I change about myself so that a fucking man will want me? You need to look at your fucking self and conceptualize why you're thinking and think about your actions in your life and how you've changed your fucking life to attract a man. And maybe that's why you fucking hate yourself. And maybe that's why you keep telling people that have never been in a relationship before that they need to fucking change themselves. Because maybe it worked for you. And maybe, just maybe, you wake up every fucking day thinking about how you fucking hate yourself because you started doing this to change a man. You started doing your edges to change a fucking man. Putting this fucking outfit on to change a man, not speaking up about your fucking rights to change a man, and maybe when that man says something you don't fucking like, you keep your fucking mouth shut just so that you can fucking keep him and keep your bed warm at night because you're fucking afraid of being alone. I've been alone for so long, bitch. Men are completely decentered from my life, so why the fuck would I give a fuck about what a man thinks about me? I'm 24.
This is what's out there. Right? It's like you see the spectrum of women that are out there, and then you wonder why men are walking away. Right? I have clips of women saying, "Oh, there's all these women in the singles singles club or in singles events. No man." Yeah, you wonder why. Men don't want to deal with these women, right? Attitude, it's like, oh, why do I do anything for a man? Okay, great. Stay single for the rest of your life. No man is forcing you to be in a relationship. I'm sorry. No man is desiring it. But this is why women don't understand. You post this shit, right? You post this shit. And this is the problem with social media, right? You post this shit and then you get this. This is the narrative comes out, right? So now men that see this, okay, great. Women, I won't deal with women, right? I don't want to deal with women because you know what? Or I don't want to deal with Western women because of this is what we get. Okay, stay single. No one is desiring this shit. But the problem is the repercussions of this, right? So this thing will bring the narrative will instill into other men where, you know what? This is how men will treat all women or majority of women, right? This is how men will treat other women. Yes, this is the problem, right? She does this and it will instill in men that, you know what? I don't want to deal with women because women think like this. So she will make other women suffer because of her actions. Exhibit,
If you're a woman, can you please help me? Or if you have any advice to share, that is helpful. I am 23 and I finally want a boyfriend, right? And I am a recent.
Exhibit A, right? Finally want a boyfriend. You never wanted a boyfriend before, so now you want a boyfriend.
Diagnosed autistic, and I mention that because apparently it's been brought to my attention. I think differently than most people. I think strategically, and a lot of the time growing up, I've studied people, especially how guys act when they like girls. And it's very easy for me to tell if because I'm always quiet, I'm in the background, whatever. I can look and see what guy likes a girl, and it's just very obvious, right? Or if he's attracted to her. But growing up, my experiences with guys have not been great. So I don't know how to put myself out there and get that confidence. And let me explain why. So my first experience with guys when they showed attention towards me was in elementary. When we were in line, I was the only black girl. And of course I was bigger, and they were poking my butt. And I was like, I didn't understand what was going on. I was kind of like, that's weird, but I know I should tell the teacher. I went up to the teacher and I said, hey, they're poking my butt. That's weird. Can you tell them to stop? And she was like, get back in line. She was like, I don't know what you want me to do. It was giving boys will be boys, right? And that was my first experience with guys. And it didn't get any better from there. Long story short, growing up, I'm curvy. And the attention I've heard come from guys directed towards me has mostly been body.
It also sucks that I would see guys treat other girls like human beings and me as an object. Treat you like, this is a thing where I'm just like, so treat you like an object and you see other ones treat you. Okay. It's that mentality that, you know what, it's that kind of liberal women mentality.
I made a video talking about how I kind of feel it's a weight thing. I know with my acne, I deal with a lot of dark spots. I don't get much acne now. I've been on Accutane and everything. It's dark spots. And when I mentioned stuff about weight, people were like, I don't know if it's weight, but I'm thinking it's acne. The reason why they might treat me a certain way or not show me or tell me that I'm beautiful, right? I don't know how to express this without sounding like a pick-me.
I'm just a girl who would like to be looked at as beautiful and not, well, her body is hot. This is a thing where let me be honest, right? This is a problem with a lot of these women where you know, it's like women have this is the problem, right? Where this is what men have to deal with in the dating scene, right? Gold diggers, men haters, and women that just like, I don't know, have weird expectations in the dating market. She has a face. I'm sorry, a face of a 2 or a 3. Right? She won't be beautiful. I'll be honest. She won't be beautiful. How she could be beautiful is someone already falling in love with her, right? So it's love that will make the man see her as beautiful. That's how it is. I'm gonna be straight up honest. Love will make a man see her as beautiful, but he has to fall in love, right? He has to fall in love already. Now, I don't know. I'm not seeing her body, but again, she's not beautiful. So what could be, to go past is like she said, her body. Well, not body's hot. I'm kind of doubting her body's hot, but I mean, attracted to her by other attributes, right? Attracted her by other attributes, get into a relationship and develop feelings, right? Or develop feelings, right? Into her other attributes, develop feelings, get into a relationship, and then also, because of that relationship, he will then view her as hot. So this is a time when women expect men to act that they want men to act a certain way, but you're not being realistic, right? You're not being realistic because I'm sorry, you're not beautiful. I don't give a shit what women say. It means nothing. You are not beautiful. You are at best a 3 in the face, right? You're at best a 3 in the face. So what you should hope is the man finds you attractive, other attributes, and then gets to know you, right? Gets to know you, get in a relationship with you, and then find you beautiful because of the whole package, right? Your personality, maybe your body, maybe a little bit of your face. So all those scores add together, you have a beautiful score, right? That's how it would work realistically.
I've never had a guy come up to me and shown literal interest or say I'm beautiful, right? But I've had a lot comment on my body sexually, too many times to count on.
I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible, but the percentage of men that will ask to come up to you and say you're beautiful won't be many, right? It will be a small percentage of men because you're not beautiful. Like, just be this. I find this. This is why I'm like, this is why I said the bubble is for women is terrible, right? And then they think it's I'm being misogynistic, right? It's not being misogynistic. It's being realist. You're not beautiful. That is okay, right? Okay, not being beautiful is fine. You should hope that a man will find your personality attractive, will find other attributes you have attractive, okay? So then when he gets with you, everything combined will make you beautiful in his eyes. But like off the bat, he doesn't know you. He's just looking you across the room. You're not going to be beautiful.
I don't know what to do because some people are like, just go up to the dude, go ask him out. The only experience I've had
according to women, most men are ugly. Yes, that seems like the narrative.
Is when they treat me like an object. I don't know what to say to them if all I feel like is the only thing good about me is my body. And some people might give me advice of,
in the past, men would also laugh at me whenever their friend said they were interested in me. What? In the past, men would also laugh at me whenever their friend said they were interested in me. Okay, I mean,
don't worry about that. Focus on you. But when that's the only experience you've had where men consistently cross your boundaries and have only said comments about your body, I just recently only gotten like a lot of comments about, oh, you're beautiful or all this other stuff from women.
Yo, this is what I'm saying, right? This is the danger that women do. I'm saying this is the rhetoric that women are dangerous. Saying that she is beautiful is harmful to her. Unless you're going to date her, right? Then this is the problem with women. Unless you are going to date her, calling her beautiful is a detriment to her. You're not dating her, okay? So all you're doing is needlessly inflating her ego and making her confused. Like, oh my God, why are all these women saying I'm beautiful, but no man comes up to me and saying I'm beautiful? What does that mean? That means that you're not beautiful, right? It means that these women are lying to you because they wouldn't date you. You're so beautiful to them, but they wouldn't date you. It's a fucking lie then. And that's the problem I have with so many women. Women are dangerous with their rhetorics, right? With their narrative. Women are dangerous and they don't realize it. Women are a detriment to a society because what they do the most, more than men, is the narrative, right? It's the rhetoric. Calling this woman beautiful is absolutely dangerous. It's a lie. She's not. I'm sorry. She's honestly below average. It's terrible, right? I'm being maybe what people say misogynistic, but it's truthful. She's below average in her face at least. She looks kind of big, but I can guarantee you her face is below average.
It sounds like I want male validation. It's more like I just want to be treated.
I just want a guy to actually like me and not just because of my body. But here's the thing, that's a lie. You don't want a guy to just like you. You want a guy to find you beautiful. Because a guy just likes you, he has to know you before just liking you. Right? No man that sees you across the street is just gonna like you. I'm sorry, that's not how it works. Now, unless you have a friend group, right? You have a friend group and you guys get to know each other, you hang out. Yeah, maybe he sees your personality. That's different, right? So maybe find a man to start out as friends. Then he maybe just likes you and not, he likes you for you and not your body. But if you're thinking about, oh, the guy across the street, I hope he just likes me and not for my body. Well, that's unrealistic. Yeah, it is cruel telling her that she's beautiful because she's not. I'm sorry. And it's unrealistic to think that, you know, you want a guy to just actually like you. Well, he has to know you, right? Are you letting these men know you who you are? I'm just like, and this is the thing where a lot of women, their distaste for men, right? Their hate for men kind of permeates, right? A man that's into your body, that could be, I'm not saying have sex with him. That's not what I'm important. I'm not saying that. But if he's attracted to your body, if he goes on a date with you, right? Again, with the hope of getting your body, but if he goes on a date with you and get to know you, at least that's a process to see that he likes you, right? See if he likes you or not. Now, I'm not saying women to let him jump your bones. No, right? But that's still a way in, right? If he likes you for your body and he asks you on a date, if he likes you for your body and he says he want to have sex with you, that should be a no, right? You don't just jump. You just don't give your body to men that likes your body. That's idiotic. Don't do that. But if he likes your body and he asks you on a date, that's your opportunity to let him get to know you. And if he gets to know you and he likes you, great. If he gets to know you, don't like you, and still wants your body, well, you know that he's a terrible man, right? You know he's not a man that you should go for. That's how you should be going about it. Don't just think, oh, this man likes my body, he's just a terrible man. It's like he's realistic, right? You're not that attractive. He likes your body. Give him a chance to see if he likes your personality.
Like a human being. I don't know if this all.
And treat you like a human being. That's kind of also ridiculous because let's be honest. Human beings are attractive to your bodies too, right? What does it mean to treat you like a human being, right? It's kind of ridiculous.
Makes sense. But I would like some help understanding, or maybe just some helpful advice about hyperpigmentation. I don't know, but yeah.
I think
if you're a woman,
my best advice to a woman like this is to change your perspective, right? Change your outlook, right? One, realize that you are below average in your face. It is what it is, right? It's not an attack towards her, but you're below average. Realize that, you know what, if men are attracted to your body, okay, it's not a terrible thing. But see if he's attracted to your body, but he also wants to get to know you, right? See that. Men that are just attracted to your body and just want your body, well, those are not men you want to deal with. I agree, right? I'm not saying that she should, but I'm saying that men that are attracted to your body, see if they also want to get to know you, right? Don't just think that, oh, he wants my body, he's terrible. No, that's what he's attracted to. Because to be honest, you don't have the face to attract. This is the thing where this is why a lot of men say they're a face man, they're a boob man, they're an ass man. Most men are like that, right? For me, I've always been a boob man, a face and a boob man, right? A lot of men are like that. Yeah, DA, they don't look for the positive. That's what I'm saying, right? You don't see the positive. Great, he likes your body. Okay, that's something. He likes you about something, right? So now give him a chance to see if he likes your personality. No man is going to like your personality when they don't even know it. So he likes your body. It's a way in, right? Don't constantly think, he likes my body, he's objectifying me. Well, if he likes your face, he's still objectifying you, right? So it's kind of, ridiculous.
Hey girl in the
So this this is another one that I wanted to show, right? I mean, she kind of did it in the right here. All right. So she wrote it, right? I'm 26. I'm afraid to admit that I've never been in a relationship all 26 years, and there's a small voice in my head that wonders if I'm just not lovable in that way. I try to silence it, but it's there. This is the problem what I said, right? Like the other woman who says she hates men so much. You're creating this narrative, right? Where women have to hate men, where women have to like be afraid of being in a relationship. And for a lot of men to not want to be in a relationship because honestly, no one wants to deal with these men hating women. All right. Number two, I don't have a big friend groups, a group of friends. Making new ones is difficult. Sometimes I feel like everyone already has their group and I'm just standing on the outside. I want to do social media and build something meaningful, but putting myself out there makes my stomach drop. I pretend I don't care what people think, but I really do. Four, I compare myself to others all the time. Relationships, career, confidence. I know it's unhealthy, but knowing that doesn't magically stop it. I still have no idea who I am. I thought by 26 I'll feel more solid, but I feel like I'm still trying on versions of myself, hoping one fits. Six, start things with excitement and abandon them. Okay. Seven, sometimes I'm scared I've already peaked. 26. I'm not saying you peaked at 26, but if you hit your 30s, if you hit 30 to 25 to 35, you kind of peaked, right? I mean, like if you're not on your way to peaking, that's kind of it. Or I'll just be someone who once had big dreams but never quite figured out what they were. You never figure out what they were. But I think that part matters is that I'm still trying, still showing up. Okay, this is the thing where a lot of women, they're losers. They're losers, right? I mean, this is women, like, right? 26, never been in a relationship, doesn't even know what she's doing with life, right? She's unfocused, no goals, no directions. She's a loser, right? And this is another thing what feminists have done to women, right? Hate men, don't know what to do with life. There's no purpose, right? Should I go for a big career? You don't know, like more options is it's not always the best thing, right? The more options you have, kind of things make it harder, right? You just hit it. Women think they're going to live forever and be hit forever, be hot forever. That's the thing, right? I mean, like, this is a lot of these times, like these women waste time, right? You're 26, never been in a relationship. I mean, it's not old, but I mean, like you're on the trajectory of like failing, right? You're on that path of failure. You don't really doesn't seem like she has a career. It doesn't seem like she has achieved any goals in life. I mean, like she doesn't even know what she truly wants. This is the thing where this is why life was simpler, right? And that's why, in my honest opinion, why more women today are on antidepressants or some form of, medicine for their mental disorders. Is because they don't know what to do. Back in the day, women's purpose was focus on their family, right? Focus on your husband and children. That's it. Pretty simple, right? Pretty, one-dimensional, as much as you hate it, as much as women hate it. But now, women have so many options, they don't know which to do. They don't know what to do, and then they're wasting time while figuring out what to do. So when she hits 36, right, never or barely ever been in a relationship, she has failed. She has become a peak loser, right? She will become a peak loser. And this is the problem with women, right? You hate men, you're the gold diggers, you focus on your career. Women have made their life terrible, right? Women have made their life terrible. And other women are honestly to blame too, right? They're not helping each other. Women are actually making it worse for each other. Women are, to be honest, women are terrible role models. Women are terrible role models. So, it is what it is, right? That's why women I've said this before, where I think women are better off watching men's content, right? Because it gives women a better direction. It gives women better analysis of life, in my opinion, right? Men would give women better analysis of life. Women listening to other women just makes women's lives worse, in my opinion. So, that's what I think. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? All right. All right, guys. That was for organic. I love you, my brother, right? All your support, all the support you ever given me, right? I wanted to, show some love, right? I wanted to show some love. I love you, my brother. Doesn't matter. I wanted to show some love, right? I love you, my brother. Thank you for all the support, all the love you ever shown, right? Come check me earlier, right? I usually do streams around 8 or 9 o'clock, right? I usually do my streams 8 or 9. I mean, I get it, right? You're busy, understandable, right? If you're busy, I totally understand it, all right? So, but I'll do a stream tomorrow. I'm gonna try to do more streams like every day, right? I'm gonna try to get into the groove of doing more streams. So that's what I'm gonna do. All right, I love you guys. All right, organic, I love you, my brother. Antics, thank you for being here. I love you, my brother. Zyrex was here. I love you, my sister. Red Door, love you, my sister. Steve, I love you. I love you. Thank you for being here. I think Mr. Smith was here. All right, I think Mr. Smith was here. Dizzy, I love you, my sister. What it's like? Wow, three ladies in my my chat is quite an accomplishment. 3 ladies in my chat is quite an accomplishment for me, right? So I love it. Laughing Man, thank you for being here, right? Brent, I love you, my brother. Thank you for being here. Connor, thank you. I think Mark was here. Thank you, Mark. I think that's it. Highly Game, thank you, my brother, for being here. Is that all? I think that's no, Snowboarder. Thank you for being here. I love you. But yeah, I think that's it for the shout outs. Oh no, TBD was here. TBD was here too, right? I think that's it. I think that's it for the shout outs. All right, guys, I love you. Later, guys. Later, guys. Love ya. Please check out my other videos, right? Please check out my other videos. I love ya. Please comment, like, subscribe if you haven't. You guys are amazing.